$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
And
now.
Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
I'm sorry, but
When she
she's
cuts-
a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
John.
I can quote Speed too.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Garfield and Friends from Fickle
Oh,
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times a hill.
Yeah, I hate that one.
It doesn't matter. That's
Well,
just an
yes,
image.
but there are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of them.
Oh,
The
well,
second
that's what they.
one-
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready,
Ready
Ready.
two,
to
party!
We're ready
to party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and Friends. And then I think there's another
I love
verse.
how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it.
Oh my God, I'm like tearing up
I
here.
just got a
Good one.
Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your.
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some.
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PT Unlimited Podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 323.
Oh yeah.
We are back from a Thanksgiving break.
2 weeks off, man. I mean, we
Yeah.
had a little bit of a
Was it?
It's 2 weeks from
2
today.
weeks. You know, technically 1 week off, but
Oh, one show off,
2 weeks
2
from
weeks.
2 weeks
off.
since the
Since
show.
we
Okay.
recorded,
A
yeah.
lot
Okay.
has happened. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's been an up and down week.
Hours have passed since then.
Hours have passed, just a few hours.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but for some reason, YouTube doesn't allow me to have a window anymore when I'm like going. I don't know. It's weird.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. So this opening up, we're gonna have a taste test, and I did not get the. I didn't get the Mary one, like the new Mountain Dew.
Fruit.
Oh.
Fruit.
And now
I'm
it's
just dropping
and now
everything.
it's a mixed up pop that's
Dude,
gonna
Maybe we,
shoot all over the electronics.
maybe we should talk about Thanksgiving.
Maybe we should talk about
first.
Thanksgiving.
Maybe we should
before-
talk about Thanksgiving. Let the pop settle.
We can try this one first. Though.
Oh, okay.
This is the hard Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Now, we always try Mountain Dews on the show. We normally just did a lot of sodas. I haven't been to Rocket Fizz in a minute, so
Yeah, I know.
we should go sometime and get some more unique sodas. But this time around, Alex and I went to Minnesota, and we were able to find hard Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
This, I
We can't
guess
find it
Can't find it anywhere. I sent it to our group chat, and I sent it to you, Brett. I mean, I wish I would have bought another case.
First thing our
Um,
friend Rick said was,
Where? He was like, I will sell my firstborn
He's like,
to get a case
"Where?"
of hard Mountain Dew because everyone's been wanting to try it
It just
in our
isn't
group of friends. I
distributed
don't
in
know.
Indiana for some reason.
I guess.
But we found it in right outside of Minneapolis. So we're gonna try hard Mountain Dew, and while we're doing that, Brett, how was your Thanksgiving?
I worked, and
You worked
we
on
were
Thanksgiving?
actually, yeah, we were
Mm.
busy actually. So, and I'm not surprised because you go to a family thing, you eat Thanksgiving food with your family, you go home, you don't want to cook because you're tired but you're hungry. So, and nothing really is open, so you get it from Dash Mart.
Yeah.
So,
Which, by the way, I've been very tempted on doing Dash Mart
Should
just
give
to
it a
get
try.
like a few items. Alex will get mad if I spend that amount of money on just getting a delivery.
not everything is super expensive.
The delivery itself, though, I mean, you have to pay
if
for
you
that.
don't have Pass,
I don't have Dash Pass right
yeah,
now,
then
which
that
it's really stupid. We use DoorDash like almost weekly.
If you use it weekly, it's worth it.
So service fees are basically waived on that, which
Right.
is like $6.
Well, you got to order $12 or more, and it's free, which is not hard
normally
to do.
for
From
me and
anywhere,
Alex.
really.
Yeah. So this is 5% alcohol.
Smells good.
You think so? I thought it tasted funky. Alex and I already tried it, but we're gonna do it again.
Okay.
We opened up one can.
We opened
and,
up one can
cheers.
during vacation.
but we didn't feel like drinking really. I think it was just
It was just the atmosphere.
the vibe was around family. We didn't feel like having a beverage, but it might feel a little different now.
Yeah, it does taste different.
Mm-hmm.
It's
If I
not
could
bad,
describe
but-
it, it's flat Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I can see where
It
the
tastes.
flat
It
comes from.
tastes flat. It's not flat.
Zero
but
sugar.
It tastes like flat, slightly alcoholed Mountain Dew.
It is zero sugar.
Zero
yeah,
sugar.
it's zero
That's
sugar.
part of it.
I think that's the part of it. But I think if they were to mix the alcohol and the sugar, like
Yeah.
people would just. I mean, they're gonna get sick
Not
on it.
that
no
much
matter what,
sugar.
but
Not that much sugar. Well,
if you're, I know, but do you remember like back in the day when we would mix vodka with just Mountain Dew?
yeah,
Like that was our
Dude
drink.
vodka.
I'd still do it now.
Ew.
What?
Because it's so
Get
much.
outta here.
It's so much sugar.
Zero sugar then.
I don't know. I just thought Mountain Dew as a mixer was not
What's that sound?
good.
Did you hear that?
That's all. Snickers walk by. There
Oh.
she is right there.
Remind me of sound.
Oh.
Freaking out. But we got to
I mean,
finish ours. so
it's
we can-
not bad.
It's not awful. I will
Like
say.
I would crack one open on a cold summer day.
A cold summer day.
I mean, right now it's a cold summer day basically because we're
Mountain
sitting in
Dew.
like
Crack
60
one
degree
open on a
weather.
cold summer day.
Well, everyone cracks up a Mountain Dews. That's why I was like making sure I informed everyone that this is a Mountain Dew that contains alcohol. That I left a couple cans for my mom, which she tried it. She's had COVID, and she lost her taste since.
And she hasn't gotten it back.
She hasn't really gotten it back much. She said she's had times when it's come back and been okay, and she said she couldn't taste any alcohol in it. And I was like, whoa, I'm gonna leave you 3 cans. So we got a few cans downstairs, so if we ever want to hang out, we have a few Mountain Dews to drink on that. We also have some flavored ones that we're not going to do on the show because they're tall cans.
Yeah.
They're like 24 ounce or something, and I don't feel
It
like
tastes like
Yeah, I'd really like to try the black
flat Mountain
raspberry.
Dew mixed with
Or the black cherry.
Black cherry.
Black
vodka.
cherry.
Yeah, we have Baja, watermelon, and black cherry, which I think those are the only ones. So we've stopped in a liquor
regular.
store, and just my dad was looking for some beer, and I was like, Alex, like, give me some wine. I was like, okay. And that's where I found the 12 pack. I was like, I'm getting that.
I asked for a small bottle of wine. Josh comes out with a case of Mountain Dew
And a bag of the other
and a
3.
bag of like the big.
I'm talking, these cans are tall.
They're like-
yeah, no, taller than that.
They're the big.
They're
cans.
probably 24 ounce.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
thick.
they're the big cans.
So our Thanksgiving was nice. I mean, our trip, we have a whole lot to talk about, including NFL stuff,
Mhm.
which we're not going to go and talk about last week, but we will talk about our game experience, which
Mhm.
was arguably the worst Vikings game in history.
At least in
Hey, you want to know
Modern.
why?
regular season.
You want to know
wise.
why?
Because we were there.
Because we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40-3.
42-3.
No, 40-3.
40-3.
40-3. That was
Yes,
the
what I
score.
said.
Oh, I thought you said 42 to.
You said
Yeah.
40-3. It was 40-3.
Yeah, 40-3. Whatever.
Yes.
40 Cowboys, 3 Vikings, and it was a horrible experience. But we're going to talk about not the game. We're going to talk about our atmosphere. We were surrounded by Cowboys fans and Vikings fans alike, but the Vikings fans were getting very mouthy. But the Cowboys fans got physical.
Yeah,
Now, no one punched me.
That's good.
came close.
I had my head painted, which I guess I can show. I should probably show that. Where did you put that on Sports Chat, Alex, or do you have that on Facebook?
I mean, it's gonna be up on Facebook.
I do have that to show. So
I was pretty sure I posted in the sports chat.
he got freaked out.
Pixel nudged
It's
he
on our
nudged
Discord, which guys,
our
we do.
whiteboard and he went-
Anybody listening
he
right
got
now, we
freaked
do have
out.
a public Discord. It's posted on all of our social media, so make sure you guys look it up.
Check out our Discord. That was my birthday thing.
Oh, there it is.
This is gonna be it right here. Now, what's with Pixel?
This is just.
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
is
that's
that
part
okay?
of it. No. There's an actual like full-on picture of your head.
but these are all of just Pixel being good on our trip. Which, by the way,
He was for the most
Pretty
part for a
good.
1-year-old.
yeah.
was
I
very
mean, he
good.
got us
Zoom
into
height.
trouble by the Airbnb, and
Yeah, he did.
he set the alarm off. Did you not tag
Yeah,
me?
I guess I didn't put it on this. So yeah, it's on Discord. It's
Oh
under
my
the
gosh,
sports
I'm
chat.
sorry. Let's just talk about our experience first, and then I'll find this later. So we had somebody in front of us who just had to express to us that it was her 46th birthday. I think? 50? 56. I'm sorry.
birthday.
I blacked this out a little bit. I was sitting there with Alex and my nephew, who was 17, so it was his first Vikings experience.
Yeah.
All of the rest of my family, but my parents, their first Viking experience.
Yeah,
and
pretty
it was
much.
not good. It was not good.
Yeah.
Our seats were fine. I
Yeah,
wouldn't say it
seats
was
were
an
great.
awful like view. But
I feel like that whole stadium, you can't go wrong with any seat.
no, it's a real good view
It's
no
a
matter
very
where you
good view
go,
no matter
unless
where.
you're really far back, which would be way up there.
I
Like,
guess.
we saw
but,
those
I mean, it's
seats.
still. I think with our seats, they were.
We were still kind of nosebleed, but it was
It was-
expensive. It was
well,
pricey.
It's because of the game.
Yeah, the game was supposed to be a little bit more of a close game, which happened on Thursday, which we'll get to that when we talk NFL. But the lady in front of us kept on turning around and giving us more expressions about how the Cowboys were doing so great. And we're like, hey, just, I get your banter. It's great. And she was like high-fiving over us. And we were like, let's get into our bubble. She touched Alex's leg and said, oh my gosh,
she didn't even
girl."
like touch me.
She had like her hand
she
on it
kept,
for a long
like,
period of time.
grabbing me and going up, and then I kept like moving my leg, and I was like, okay, hi, yes, thank
She was
you.
drinking. She had a couple already before she had already
She's
sat
like,
down.
I'm here with my daughter, and blah blah blah. blah. I'm
And
like,
she
yeah,
was wearing
that's
a
fine,
Thielen-
and I'm here with my whole family too. So watch the game.
Yeah, her daughter was wearing a Thielen get up and everything, and she was all viked out and looked pretty good. The Cowboys fans had light up. She had that light up
So,
hat.
Wait, was the woman a Cowboys fan?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But her daughter was a Vikings fan.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it was a
She
real...
got to the point where she was a little too handsy, and she
Yeah.
turned back for the final
Fourth or-
time.
yeah, one of
that
the final
we,
times.
We were just done with it, and then she turned around at third quarter maybe.
It was mid-third quarter.
Yeah, when we were already just we've had enough.
I've had enough.
We've had enough of the game. We've had enough with her. She's pissing off our whole family.
Yeah.
And she turned around
she
and
said
grabbed
something
Josh.
about she touched my leg,
Yeah, she turned around and
and
grabbed
that was
Josh.
the final straw.
And we both like just kind of like
I was like, "Hey!"
we both were like, "Would you just stop?" It was our blood was already boiling, and
we didn't need it to boil any harder, and she was making
and
it
she
worse.
just kept coming back into our bubble. And then she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, no,
I don't wanna hear it.
no, I don't want to hear it anymore. Stop touching me."
Yes. And the fact that she got handsy with me was the final straw because she hadn't touched me yet. And it was done.
I know, but it was like she reached over and grabbed you with both of our hands. We're like, "All right, that's enough. Like, just no more."
Oh,
Not-
she bottled up real quick.
Oh yeah, she did.
Not that that's okay, but that is one thing that's always a risk on any sporting event, especially the professional sporting events that you go to, is that can happen. You know?
Yeah.
Just have stupid people go there and just ruin it.
I think I'm not allowed to enjoy a Vikings game.
Well,
so.
It's too bad you picked that game and
And
not
not
the Thursday
Thursday
game,
game.
because that was
We
a
said
great
it.
game.
We said it. You
We
did watch
said
it? You
that.
watched it today?
I did.
Yeah. So you recorded it. You said, don't say anything. I was like, I'm not going to say anything.
And I
but-
knew what happened. I thought that when they went up 33-26, I thought it got tied again, but it didn't. They ran out of the Patriots ran out of time.
Yeah.
But up until then, it was.
Did you
it
see
was
the
crazy.
shoulder check from Belichick to Thielen?
Yeah.
Those two hate each other
Yeah.
since last year. Anyways.
On the train on the way back, because we took a train from our from Mall of America, which is like not very far from a hotel,
Yeah.
to the stadium. So we took that back. So on our way back, it's freezing. We're all bundled in. And I mean, it's like a tram. So you are Vikings fans, Cowboys fans, sold out stadium, packed into trains. And so we're pushed up on each other. And of course, somebody yells, "How about them Cowboys?" really loud. And Josh goes, "Say it."
How about
Imagine.
them? Imagine losing to the Packers.
And everyone's like, "Oh no, that was a little too much." All the Vikings fans were cheering.
So I don't know. I can't say trap, but this was really fucking weird.
It was bad.
I'll get to that.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
through the games.
Well, I guess we can talk about the rest of our trip before we get into NFL.
Yeah.
We got to spend some time with my the rest of the week with my family at my parents' house, which is basically a hotel in its own. We have like our own room, our own bathroom. We have
Not
our
really
own
a hotel. It's more like an Airbnb.
It's amazing, yeah. And not only that, they feed us a little too well.
Yeah, they do. I still haven't gotten on the scale yet.
No, they make sure we're fed, and there's constantly snacks out, and I thank them for everything. And it was such a great time we had with our nieces and nephews.
That was my favorite.
Yeah,
It was just our niece and nephew time.
They got to play with Pixel, and Pixel played with them as hard as he could.
Until he passed out.
He passed out on all furniture.
He's still
everywhere.
recovering.
He's still pretty tired.
From
yeah,
7
days straight of
nieces
running,
and nephews, 7
being
and
on
7.
the go. Yeah. Thanksgiving, we had 2 Thanksgivings. We just can't avoid it. My dad's a pastor, so he had a Thanksgiving meal for the church, and then we had a Thanksgiving meal in the evening. So we got to enjoy football all afternoon and evening, and have Thanksgiving meals. And it was basically
Play
the
board
Thanksgiving
games with the whole family.
Yeah, it was a Thanksgiving to have. It was great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
This is the first time we got to see basically
everyone at
our
once.
growing family with all the nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters. And
Do you think I can show that? No.
Yeah,
That's okay.
we'll just save it.
I don't know where I have that anyway.
No,
I haven't.
but this is
I have
the
to
first
show my
time Josh
face.
and I got
my
got
paint
a
job.
picture and a sit down with us and our 7 nieces and nephews.
Yeah. Did you
And
put it
your
on
what?
your Facebook?
Your what?
7 nieces.
7
and
nieces and
nephews.
nephews.
Oh,
This is the first time we've gotten together all at the same time.
yeah.
Yeah. It was
Because and they range from 17 to the last one just turned 2. So
yeah.
luckily for the most part they all get along.
Yeah. It was definitely an interesting time. I think this is a good one right here. Yeah. That's it.
Oh yeah, there you go. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, Josh is gonna
I'm
pull
going
up
to in
the-
just a second.
the famous paint
Why
job.
is that so small?
I don't know. Just zoom in on it.
Looks like poop.
Josh is gonna
Sorry.
show the amazing paint job.
How come you didn't do all purple?
She made
I
up
did
the
it.
idea of
I did
doing
it
the
like
football
him.
helmet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did
Yeah.
the Vikings helmet basically.
Yeah, I did the logo, but put
Well,
it on his
the
head.
Viking helmet, not the Vikings
Yeah, it's
helmet.
it's purple. Yes, but
Viking
the
helmet.
Viking helmet.
Yes.
Yeah, but then she painted my my nephew's face purple.
All purple.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty awesome. It was a good time. We had a a nice trip. On our way back, we decided to split it in 2 for the first time.
I'm very, very happy
We took a
did.
hotel in Davenport, Iowa.
We're probably just gonna have to do that from now on.
Rick's like, make sure you go check on Seth Rollins. And Alex is like, nah, I already seen that dick. You know about his selfie scandal, right?
No.
Oh, he had a nude
He-
selfie
he-
scandal
he-
about 10 years ago.
Oh.
Full on.
Full
yeah.
on.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You couldn't miss it. It was everywhere.
Couldn't miss it if you were in the
Well,
wrestling norm
well,
at the time.
Brett missed
They-
it though.
He missed it.
Maybe I heard about it and I'm like, I don't need to know about it. So
Well, now you know about it.
out of mind.
I don't know if I can
I have
meet
a
the
quick
dude.
story for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Saturday, I went to Indy with cousin Andrew and a friend
That's
from
right.
high school, Corey,
Okay.
and we met Paul. Now you've met Paul, you haven't met Corey.
Yeah.
So that was fun, and we went to see the state high school games, state championship games, at Lucas Oil, which we've done before. But so there's 3 games. The third game was the 5A game. So typically as you go up 4A, 5A, 6A, you have you get the bigger schools that have a more variety of athletes and talent, and you tend to get better games. Well, the 5A game is now, I haven't seen a lot of high school football, but I've seen enough to say that this was probably the best high school football game I've ever seen. So
Ooh.
we went up to get a seat, and we started to sit on the favorite side,
It's actually a big deal.
the team that is
Hey,
the favorite.
I want to pause right there. speaking of high school football, my parents went to one too. They had the high school that my mom went to. That's why they went. They were supporting the local high school that she went to, and they went to Minneapolis for that. And the kicker is probably going to go pro in like a year.
Cool.
He can already hit the field goal at the 50.
Cool.
So he doesn't need He doesn't need to go college.
I
It's pretty
think you
insane.
have to go for
At
a
least
little bit.
you have to get associates, right? At
Um,
least, or
I don't think you really have to get a degree, but you have to go to be eligible for the draft.
that's crazy though.
So yeah, that's really good because so anyway, we went to sit on the favorite side, and that crowd traveled well because it was packed. So we went and sat on the underdog side, and so this is how the game opens. I won't go through the whole game, but this is how the game opens. The underdog kicks off to the favorite, and they run it back for a touchdown on the opening kickoff.
Ooh.
And so then the favorite gets to kick off to the underdog, and they do it. They don't onside kick it, but they kind of squib it, but up in the air, and they recover the kick. So I'm like, oh boy, this could get ugly. And the whole game was big chunk play by both teams, turnovers. It was crazy, and it went down to the final drive. The underdog ends up scoring with like 19 seconds left to give the favorite a chance, but they couldn't do it, and they ended up winning. And sitting on that side with the underdog fans, it was really cool, and we ended up rooting for them because it was just a great back and forth. The final touchdown was a pass out to the flat, and the kid's running, and he almost falls down. He ends up stretching across the goal line to score the touchdown.
That's intense.
So it was just crazy and fun, and you just
So it was
don't
like a high
see that.
school football.
It was
movie.
it was like a
Yeah.
like a movie.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
mean, if
cool.
it had
What was
done
the
it,
score?
it ended up being it was 31-28,
Oh,
and then
Wow.
I believe it was they scored the touchdown, or it might have been 31-28, and then the favorite scored a touchdown, and then the underdog came back. I mean, it was like final seconds drives, like you would expect, Mahomes to go down. But in high school, they had like 3 minutes and 30 seconds to drive down and score, and they did score a touchdown to take the lead and finished it out.
all right.
Nice.
We are safe to.
But it
try
was
this
fun
out.
anyway. I always like going to Lucas Oil. 'Cause
Alex
it's
has
a
never
nice
been
place.
Not the new one, no.
Well, U.S. Bank I'm
I
sure
went-
is nicer, but
Oh,
Lucas
it
Oil
is
is
very
nice.
nice. No, I was at the Dome. That was the last one.
Guys'
I went
cups.
to.
I'll get you guys filled up with this one. This is Mountain Dew that we're trying is called Overdrive. Apparently, you can only get this at Casey's General, which is all over the deep Midwest,
yeah,
like
the deep-
Minnesota
The deep
through like
Midwest.
Missouri, basically. And this is a citrus punch, so I'm probably gonna love
I
this.
says if this anything like Live Wire, then I'm probably gonna love it.
I don't know. This has
Smells good.
mango in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
I'm a
might
big
not like
fan
it.
of mango.
Mango,
flavored
raspberry,
stuff.
looks like lime is in this. That's what I'm just going after the picture. I don't know about anything else, but citrus punch. So I thought that like wasn't what was that one? Citrus cherry. That's what Game Fuel is.
Mm.
So you guys go ahead and try it out. On our way back, by the way,
Smells like mangoes.
we were at was that Hotel Shady or what that we stayed at?
That's actually really good.
You like mangoes?
It smells like mango. Don't taste like.
I can
mango.
I can taste the mango, and I'm not a fan. It's fine, but
I smell the mango. Don't taste the mango.
It's Game Fuel is better.
Oh, of course. Game Fuel it's a success, and you just come back.
Yeah.
That's a staple. Oh, that is good.
It's
Ah,
not
I
bad.
like that actually.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
It's still nothing's topping.
hard, you can go ahead, Brett.
Nothing's topping Live Wire yet.
You can have the can. I'm gonna have more of this Overdrive today.
Yeah, the more I have, it's the initial
Mm.
was like but the more that I have, the more I like it.
Yeah, that's actually really good. I like that.
So this is I think that's an exclusive at Casey's General. So shout out
I'm
to
getting
them.
like a fruity cotton candy aftertaste almost.
yeah.
I don't taste any
sweet.
cotton candy.
I think
Like
that,
it's like a sweet.
that might be the raspberry.
It's like a sweet candy
Yeah.
aftertaste. Is what I like a hard candy aftertaste.
So for my birthday, Alex bought me this hat, Vikings hat, purple and gold. Looks really sweet, solid. I like it. Sorry,
Looks-
Patrick.
looks good.
Patrick gave me the other one. She got me this pop vinyl, Adam Thielen, sitting right here on our table. Actually, if I do Brett's cam, you can get a close up of it.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So on the back of this, it's kind of crazy. They don't have a whole lot available. They only have like, what, 5, 10, maybe 20 of them. So they got Saquon Barkley, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, AJ Green, which I'm surprised they have Lamar already. DeAndre Hopkins, Melvin Gordon the third.
Yeah, so when I looked at this list, I look at the copyright date, and that made sense. Because
2019.
that list was made, I'm guessing, in 2019
Yeah.
when Melvin Gordon was good at San Diego.
Amari Cooper, Jalen Smith, Khalil Mack, Adam Thielen, Christian McCaffrey, Michael Thomas, Aaron Donald. That one was weird to me, too. Patrick Peterson, I guess.
Why is Aaron Donald weird?
He's not that great.
No, he's one of the best defensive players in the league.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Maybe I'm thinking of Darnold.
Aaron Donald is the.
Oh,
is the
Am I thinking of
I
Darnold,
think
the
so.
quarterback?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
okay.
Sam
thinking-
Darnold.
That's who I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of Darnold.
That's who I was. I'm sorry.
Aaron Donald is a
Before you
defensive
jump on me.
lineman from the Rams. He's
I
really,
know,
really
I know
good.
exactly. Because
Darnold.
Every time
I always
Darnold
make fun
would
of him.
come on, Josh would be like, "Fucking Darnold."
That's why. Okay, Nick Bosa, Kyler Murray, Le'Veon Bell. Sorry, I want to make sure I say that
That's
right.
another reason because I don't think he's in the league anymore.
Odell Beckham Jr., Antonio Brown, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got Thielen. That's pretty awesome. And I'm not going to pull the other one out there. That's the NWO sitting below. That's all three. It's got Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hulk Hogan. Thank you, Alex. She also got me a Vikings mug. She was like, "What else do you want?" She said like she had like this whole merch rack.
Why
I
don't
was
you
like,
save some stuff for Christmas?
Oh, I've already got.
"There's a lot."
I have more ideas for Christmas than his birthday.
Okay.
So yeah, that was our trip. I mean, it was good. We had a lot of good times. I think I got fatter.
Everybody, we all did.
Let's go down the line and start talking some NFL here. As far as the rest of the games and everything else, that's kind of crazy in the
So
league.
starting with the Thursday, the Thanksgiving games, you had the Bills at the Lions, and this was a really good game. And the Bills ended up winning. The Lions should have won this game. Jared Goff did not have a good game. Von Miller got hurt, and he's out for, they said, 7 to 10 days. Now, they have 10 days off because they played Thursday, so that will help. But I have said it before, the Bills, I think that they are not as good as they have been, and I don't think they're going to go deep in the playoffs. I think I said to my friends on Saturday, the Bills are going to be a first-round playoff loss. I'm going to say that right now. Just a hunch,
That's kind of crazy that the Bills are going to go that far. Well, I do have we can pull up when we're done talking about this. There is a
The
whole
AFC picture.
bracket.
Yeah, there's the bracket.
Well, it's the playoff picture as it stands right now.
Yeah.
The second game, it started close, and the Cowboys kind of ran off with it. It was the Giants at the Cowboys. They were ahead by 2 touchdowns, I think, most of the second half anyway.
Really crazy.
The Giants scored a late touchdown to make it 28-20, but it wasn't as close as the score suggests. And the Giants, I think, they're not going to finish the year as strong as they started because they don't have a lot of talent, especially in receivers. And Saquon Barkley can't do it all.
That's the one you were talking about where you said there are some teams out there that when they start off strong, they putter out in the second part of the season.
It's
Like
absolutely,
they basically start to become
absolutely
they're
possible.
weak. That's the Giants. It looks like it. They look
Yeah.
a little off.
Yeah.
But that was a good game. It was a
was.
good game.
Not everybody can be a Brett Favre.
Stop it.
What do you mean, finish strong late?
Yeah.
Except the last season he didn't finish because his hand got all busted up.
Oh man.
But anyway, Patriots at Vikings. Now this was a great game.
Yes, it was.
Justin Jefferson catches the most ridiculous balls in terms of being like in double coverage.
He's amazing.
Like he just
He's-
catches everything.
Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like just one-handed.
Okay.
5 people coming at him. I got this.
I never brought this up because it seemed like a ridiculous conspiracy. Patrick told me this the other day. One of his, I think it's either his cousin or friend. I don't remember who. He said that he thinks that there's magnets in the football and gloves.
Whatever.
It's not magnets. The gloves are tacky though.
I know.
It's basically like wearing stick-on.
Yeah,
So that helps.
it does.
But especially the one-handers.
Yeah. But then he
there's
thinks
no
that the ones that
magnets.
were easy to catch, they turn the magnet reverse and it just flies out of their hand. Doesn't that sound stupid?
Yes, that sounds stupid.
Sounds very stupid.
Now it would be nice to see receivers not play with gloves and see how good they actually are.
That's true.
but I get it. You know?
I would use gloves for protection though.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean that
I mean
football's
those
gonna
I'm
hurt,
like that football's gonna hurt.
especially in the cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
I mean that's gonna. I mean you ever have something hit your hand
It's
when your
legit.
hand's frozen?
But they could, police the gloves and
Yeah.
True.
get rid of the tackiness. But that's part of it. It's not all of it. It helps,
Yeah.
I'm sure, but it still takes a great amount of skill to catch them the way they do. But the one hand's especially getting assist to the gloves.
They are getting. There's a lot of recognition in the league this year of one-hand catches. We saw a couple on the
Well,
highlight
and
reel.
it all started with Odell Beckham when he caught
Yeah,
that against
that one
the
where he
Cowboys.
just backwards.
And apparently at LSU, which is where Odell and Jarvis Landry went, and then Jamar Chase and
Oh jeez.
Justin Jefferson, but they would practice.
I knew it.
Alex's
I
boom
knew it.
fell.
I told you.
They would practice the
Ow.
one-handed
Are
catch.
you okay?
I landed on my toe.
Are you all right?
Fine.
Oh no.
The show must go on.
Oh shoot. Are you all right?
Keep it going, Brad.
Anyway,
It'll go away.
so a lot of the top receivers specifically
I'm sorry.
practice the one-handed catch. So, anyway, moving on. Oh, wait, so the Patriots, the
Shoot.
Vikings. So it was a good game, and I was gonna say it was okay that the Vikings lost to Dallas. I didn't think they'd lose that bad,
Yeah.
but you got to think the week before they lost bad to the Packers. So a
Right.
loss can really refocus a team,
Look at what happened.
and that's
Yeah.
they won a tough one because New England's defense is good.
And Jones, he's crazy.
Who, Mac Jones?
Yeah.
He looked like the best game that he's played all year.
He's been all
he was
star.
actually
Yeah.
really good in that game. But the Vikings
Okay.
won 33-26. So they're off.
It was
for
really
10
nice
days.
celebrating that with my family.
That
Yeah.
was a good.
They stayed
game.
up the whole
You-
night. Usually they
you-
never watch football.
with commercials. They
and
usually record.
They
it.
record it and then they skip everything.
Ugh.
So it's like,
I
you
get that, but
cannot watch it live.
It's just not the same as watching it
I
live.
know, because I'm like looking at the scores. I'm
We
like,
tried so much
mm.
not to look at our phones either because at the very first part of it they were already recording it, so we hadn't started it yet.
And I knew
Josh
that
looks
Minnesota
at
was
his
up a touchdown.
phone for 2 seconds and goes, "Well," and I'm like, "What'd you do? You looked at your phone."
I did. Vikings were up a touchdown on their first drive.
I was like, "I'm
Yeah.
gonna put my phone away."
we
Well,
saw
and
it late, so.
they returned a kickoff
Yeah.
for a touchdown that gave them the lead I think in the second quarter,
Oh my
maybe the
gosh.
third. But it was a good game.
Yeah.
So then we have the Broncos at the Panthers, and boy,
Okay. So
the Panthers beat them 23-10.
what are we saying about Russell Wilson here?
I don't know what is going on. I don't think anybody does. There was a shot of, I think it was a defensive player yelling at Russell Wilson on the sideline. And I think what it came down to is, hey, we can't do everything. You got to get some points on the board.
Right.
And he's just, he is dead last or close to in like every passing category in the league right now.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna give Kirk Cousins the benefit of the doubt with how well he's playing this year, and he's definitely been under pressure amongst a lot of people. Russell Wilson must have taken all of Kirk Cousins' bad and brought it to Broncos.
I don't think it's solely on him.
I know, but it feels
the coach of the Broncos, Nathaniel Hackett, is getting a lot of heat
he's
for not
new
knowing
too.
what he's doing. He is new, so it's,
no
it's
one's getting
probably
any
just
benefit
a
this year.
combination of all of the above, and
Yeah.
it's not good. Something's got to change.
Right.
I don't know if they've paid so much money to Wilson, he's going to stay. It's going to be the coach that goes.
Yeah, it's gotta.
Quite an exciting one. Ravens at the Jaguars.
How did this come out?
The
Yeah.
Jags came from
Story
behind
time.
in the fourth quarter. They scored a late touchdown, and then they get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is that they're not going to the playoffs. They just kind of did this to screw with the Ravens and get a win, and that can be a very
It
uplifting
worked.
win, and they
Yeah.
did win.
Well, what's
And
the Jags? What are they? They're
They're 4-7.
Oh, can they come back?
They would have to win out.
That's
because
a lot of
you
wins.
have Tennessee's going to.
Can
win
you
the
only have
division.
7 losses to make the playoffs?
It
for the most
just
part?
depends.
I think
on
it
the
depends on
division.
everybody
Right
else,
now,
yeah.
Tampa Bay is first in their division, and they have a losing record.
That is stupid.
That just goes to show you only have to be the best in your division, not in the conference. To
A
get
win
into
is
the
a
playoffs.
win.
right.
Is actually
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
So then we have the Texans at the Dolphins, and whew, the Texans are the worst team in the
They
league.
are. Yeah. They've won one game, right?
Yes, they're
One.
1-9-1.
Who did they beat?
Ooh.
Who they beat?
I don't remember who they beat.
Not us.
Honestly.
They tied the Colts, didn't they?
Yes, they tied the Colts. I think that was week 1.
Yeah.
But the Dolphins won 30-15. Tua he's just killing it right now. Very good. The
That
Bears,
head bump.
the Bears at the Jets. Justin
That
Fields
came
did
back.
not play,
Yeah.
and Zach Wilson did not play. Zach Wilson got benched.
Okay.
The Mike White, who nobody's ever heard of, but he's not a rookie. He has played a game or two before, but they won 31-10. So Mike White's going to be the quarterback going forward, probably for the rest of the year. And the Jets are now 7-4. The Dolphins are 8-3. The Patriots, I think, are 5-6 though.
Texans beat the Jags, by the way.
The Jags, okay.
Yeah. Not that great.
Bengals at the Titans.
God, I called this separate. I thought the Titans were going to win this one.
Yeah,
They've been doing well this year.
they have. They've been doing very well. They just beat the Packers on that. Of course, that's not.
Man.
saying
I'm gonna say
that
that's
well.
not that doesn't really
Don't
count.
give that.
So Joe Burrow, even without Jamar Chase, is still putting it up, and T. Higgins has kind of stepped up without Jamar Chase. So yeah, they won 20-16. The Bengals could make a run here and get close to the Super Bowl, if not back to it. If they got back to it, that'd be pretty cool. Falcons at Commanders. I picked the Commanders to win again in our Pick'em League.
Dude, I did too. I
think I gave them
I gave them
double points.
Really?
I think I did.
The only double points I lost was Vegas. So
I lost that game too, but I don't think I picked double points. But anyway,
and
the Falcons, they hang around for a little bit, and then they just do something stupid to lose the game. Although
it's not a
what
high-scoring
won it
game,
for the
though.
Commanders was a tipped ball intercepted.
That
in
was
the end
crazy.
zone. Yes,
I like their uniforms being that dark. Can they just
do.
keep
I like
that?
those.
That's cool.
I really like those.
I don't
unis.
like that red with the yellow. I'm sorry. That's Minnesota's college, by the way. That's their colors.
Yeah.
Is it?
Is the maroon and
Yep.
and yellow.
Minnesota
Minnesota
Gophers.
State.
Oh.
Yeah. Gophers, yeah. I used to cheer for those. That was the hockey, I believe.
Go.
Or is it the Minnesota Gophers?
It's the Golden Gophers. I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's Minnesota or Minnesota State.
I didn't go to the college. I just know the colors.
So anyway,
Gophers.
the Commanders have won like 5 out of 6, I think.
They could go. I mean, they are projected.
It might even be 6 out of 7.
Yeah.
But now every team in the NFC East is above 500.
That's
every
crazy.
team. It's possible, and I
But-
think that
Mean above
Thank
5.
you. showed
Minnesota's beat everybody but the Jets. That's the only NFC. Or is that
The
AFC?
Jets are
That's
not.
AFC East. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
AFC
Above-
East is who
above 5
Minnesota's plowed
wins?
over.
That's
Who?
what you mean?
What?
they haven't beat the Dolphins. They haven't
Yeah, they
played
did.
They beat the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Are
Tua
you
wasn't
sure?
playing,
Oh, yes. You're right.
so they snuck by
I
that
forgot
one.
because the Dolphins have 3 losses in the 3 games that Tua didn't
Right.
play.
Yeah.
What did you say,
Alex?
I said everybody's above 5 wins. Is that what you mean?
No.
No, above 500. They have more wins than losses.
Damn it.
Above
So-
5?
No, forget 5. So if
I thought that's what you told me at the last podcast.
it has to be more wins than losses. So if you have the equal amount, that's 500. Like 4 and 4 is 500.
But 4 and 4 is 8.
Stop
It doesn't have anything to do with addition. It's the win percentage. So
Right.
if you've played
You're even at that point.
right 500, 0.500, 50%, because you won half your games and you've lost half your big games.
Okay. But why do you call it 500?
It's at
I just said
0.500.
why we call it 500.
0.500. There are other teams that go like 6, 8, something. or
Forget the
7,
decimal
8.
point. What's the number?
Apparently 500.
No, it's the actual numbers 500.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, Chargers at the Cardinals. This game was actually really exciting, all the way down to the end where Herbert threw a touchdown. They go for 2.
I couldn't believe that they went for 2.
And it was a pass play that got them the 2-point conversion.
It was in
to
the middle of
win.
the field too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was so the Chargers are now 6-5. Cardinals are 4-8. They're not going to make the playoffs, even though the Rams are awful.
Yeah.
The Seahawks will win that division.
Well,
Speaking of the
speaking
Seahawks,
of them,
Speaking of the Seahawks.
we have the Raiders at the Seahawks, 40-34.
Crazy.
And they won with an 86-yard touchdown run by
Jacobs. No, what
Josh Jacobs.
what did Patrick say?
He
Jack Bo or
Jack Bose.
Jack Bose because he messed up.
He was a little typo.
He was
But
going
I have
crazy.
something to say about the Raiders right now, and
They pulled this one out of their butt.
They did, and they won last week, so they've won 2 out of the last 2 games. This is a good win to beat the Seahawks. It's AFC versus NFC, so it doesn't really do anything else other than give them a win for the in terms of playoff picture. But you got to look, Raiders fans and Patrick, you got to stop with this fire McDaniels thing because it's not going to happen because they cannot pay 3 to 4 to 5 former head coaches at the same time because they have to pay John Gruden. I don't know if they're still paying that rich guy who was the interim head coach that got them to the playoffs that they should have kept in the first place instead of hiring Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
But just give it up. Even the owner, Mark Davis, came out and said, this is not a sprint. It's a marathon. McDaniels is not going anywhere. So just stop with hashtag Patrick.
Because this is 2 weeks in a row now. He's actually pulled a win out.
Right.
I mean, Broncos was last week.
Should they have a better record? Yes. That does not necessarily mean that McDaniels has to go. It takes time. Yes, he's been a head coach before, but it was several years ago. Nobody's, except O'Connell apparently, is going to be a first-year head coach, and McDaniels technically wouldn't be a first-year head coach. But you don't just get plugged into a system and start winning.
Unless you're Jeff Saturday.
So, yeah.
Even he's 1-1.
Go, Alex.
He won one
memes
game, Alex.
today.
Not let's not get crazy. He won one game.
But it was against the Raiders, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
I'm really sorry,
Oof.
Patrick.
Okay, so the rest. I want to say the rest of the Raiders' schedule: Chargers, Rams, Patriots, Steelers. Then they got the Niners and the Chiefs at the end. That is going to be a rough end.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah. They could probably end up like 9-8.
I wouldn't hold.
9-8. I think because they're 17 games. Yeah.
Do you think they could go to the playoffs?
Let's see. Now, no, because
No.
well, they definitely won't win
I
their
had to think about
division.
that.
Kansas City's going to win their division.
Okay.
They're definitely going to be ahead of. Well, I say definitely. They're only 1 game ahead of Denver at this point.
I'll break the keyboard.
And then the Chargers. So the Chargers are 6-5. The Chiefs are what? What are the Chiefs now? 9-2. The Chiefs are 9-2. So.
They
Probably
are
not.
leaders.
It comes down between them and the Chargers to even have a chance at the wild card. So I would say they're probably not going to make the playoffs this year, but I think they could come back strong next year.
Right.
But the point is moot because Patrick Mahomes is going to win that division every single year.
It's going to be okay until he either I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you why in just a minute.
How many years has he been with the Chiefs? 5?
I think this is his 5th year.
I pulled that number out of my butt.
I think so.
That's crazy. Did he start
3.
rookie?
He started the last game of his rookie season.
Really?
It's because I think they were either out of it or they had enough wins. I think they were out of the playoffs. So they're like, well, let's just play him and see if he's any good.
He was fresh out of baseball.
And then he came back the next year and boom.
Boom. I picked him on fantasy.
Yeah.
That was nice.
So we have the Rams at the Chiefs, and
we knew
wasn't close. They kind of play close to every opponent, and then they just blow them away at some point.
I mean, it's only a 2-possession win. It's
But
not. I don't consider that.
Here's
a blow.
why the Chiefs are always going to win. They got rid of Tyreek Hill, Byron Pringle, and
Go give me my Pringle.
there was one other receiver that they got rid of. They got rid of their whole receiving team or their whole wide receiver core, and they bring in who do they bring in? The 3 named guy, Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
And they still have Travis Kelce, of course, who nobody seemed to be able to take Kelce out of the game.
I don't get it.
It's because Kelsey's a beast.
Still, do you take the best players and the best coaches can come up with a way, if not take them out completely, limit them to what they can do. And he has multiple touchdown catches all the time. They just don't. You can't eliminate him.
It's
let's not give Patrick Mahomes the benefit. He did get intercepted.
He does. Sometimes he gets
And
a little sloppy, and
he's
he'll make a bad play.
He didn't have a good percentage either. I mean, 27 out of 42.
Yeah,
He's missing 15 throws.
Yeah, I mean, he's not
But his
going to
yardage-
be.
Hey, but the throws that count
But the
really
throws
count.
that count matter.
He's not going to be, perfect every single game, especially. Well, this wasn't a divisional game. That's
I
where
think they just backed off on this one and they just
But
let it.
here's something else that
Yeah.
they came up with yesterday. In his first 75 games, he is number 1 in every single passing
Right.
category of all time.
I can't believe that. I mean, I can believe that, but it's like it's nice to have that, under his belt.
Yeah.
He's only been around for so long.
So that's what I have to say about the Chiefs, and
Mhm.
that they're really good, and their front office is really good. Andy Reid's a good coach, and when they keep plugging in pieces around him, they're just gonna win.
They're gonna win. It's nice.
Now they did get beat by the Bengals, and sometimes you're gonna run into that. He's not gonna go to the Super Bowl every year, of course, but he's
Right.
gonna be up there as a favorite, darn near every year that he plays.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we have the Saints at the Niners. Boy, the Saints. Poor
Shut
Saints. They're 4-8.
How did
not
this
good.
happen?
They got blanked. They got a 0. They don't have a quarterback because it's still Andy Dalton. Jameis Winston was bitching last week because he's like, you're not supposed to lose your job to an injury, and I got injured, and I'm not playing. Well, you're not playing because you're not any good.
Mm.
And the Niners could be the NFC favorite to go to the Super Bowl because of Jimmy and Garoppolo. No, Jimmy is Garoppolo. Because of Jimmy, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and then the guys on the defense who
I
are
don't
good
know
as
how
well.
the Niners are like suddenly contenders. Like the beginning of this year, we thought they were gonna get like completely shut out
Because
when
Because
Lance
they
of
brought
Lance. Yep.
Jimmy.
and Jimmy was benched, and
They basically said, Jimmy, we don't want you, but
And Jimmy
you're not going
said-
anywhere. You just can't be part of the quarterback room. So
well,
go,
at this
go
point,
to that
what,
other
what are they
sideline and
gonna
throw the ball.
do if what next season?
If Jimmy, let's just say they would happen to win the Super Bowl.
No. I don't even know if that even matters. He got them to the playoffs.
Sure. Well,
Or will.
likely will, yeah. Because they're 7-4.
That's a big deal.
It's a big
for a
deal.
backup.
At the same
I still
time,
remember seeing his face when he was like, "Oh, I get to go in and play."
what this
He was like-
means is that
Yeah.
he's upping his own value, and
That's good.
San Francisco is going to get a lot for him because they don't want him. And regardless of what he does, they're going to go with Trey Lance.
That's weird.
It is, except that they're trying to find the next generational quarterback like a
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes. They're seeing
Yeah.
what Justin Fields is doing and what he probably will do, what Lamar Jackson is doing, what probably will do for down the next 5 to 10 years.
I don't know if Lamar is.
He needs a defense back.
Yeah. I don't know if Lamar is
He
there.
he needs a strong defense. Like, I don't know what
He is his
You
own
never know with
defense.
him. He can do something
Right.
real bad and blow the game, but he can be solid with like his
He's a
75
one-man football
75
team.
yard touchdown run against Miami, and they still lost that game. And
They
then
still
last
lost.
night's
That's
game,
true.
Packers at Eagles.
Weird that
Rodgers
this-
got hurt.
Yeah.
He got taken out of the game. And then Alex, I said to you a few weeks ago, Rodgers won't get benched. I think. Oh, I said it to you, Josh.
Yeah.
Because Jordan Love stinks. He actually did not stink.
I
last
see
night.
that. We
did
turned the
pretty
game
well.
off because I thought that it was going to be over. Looks like it was a close game.
It was, and he even threw a touchdown.
Yeah, I see that.
It looked, now it's a very small sample, and we don't know how long Rodgers is going to be out, but he looked decent. I don't know if they want him, going forward for the rest of time.
Mm,
I think if Aaron Rodgers is healthy enough to play, he will.
right.
But the Eagles are now 10-1. They're going to win that division.
I can't believe they're 10-1. At the beginning of the season, we thought the Eagles were going to be pretty meh.
I was not sold on Jalen Hurts. I didn't think he could play, but he has proven
He's-
everybody that he can
He's
play.
doing work.
Brett, Josh, and I were saying how aged
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers looked. So we asked Google how old he
He's
is.
39,
He's 38.
38.
That's crazy.
And
though.
I looked at Josh and I was like, he's only a few years older than you, and he looks like he's
He looks like he's
in his mid-50s.
You know, Brett Favre was gray in his early 30s.
I'm
I
not
think it
talking
might be
about
a-
gray.
I think it's a Wisconsin thing.
I think it's all here.
I'm just saying
like
that
he looks like he needs to
the
slow down.
the pressure of being a high-profile quarterback can probably age you.
Well,
a
that's
few
what I'm
years.
saying. I'm like, you can tell like he just needs to go take a break.
So what I have up here is the
Maybe.
playoff picture in Week 11 here. So we're looking at Chiefs and Eagles getting their first round bye. That does not surprise me. I thought that the Vikings could, maybe pull one out, but it looks like we're getting Vikings and Commanders, Dolphins, Jets,
This is if the season would end today.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Niners, Giants, Bengals, Titans, Cowboys, Buccaneers, and Bills and Ravens. So
Yeah.
interesting take.
It is, especially because that Bills Titans is a rematch from last year's
Yep.
divisional round, and the Bengals won that. It was kind of a shocker. And that was the game that Joe
Yeah.
Burrow got sacked 9 times, and they still won.
Cowboys and Buccaneers. That might be still an interesting matchup. We don't know. That could
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing about the Bucs. Let's just say they make it in. I will not pick against Tom Brady in the playoffs
Why?
because nobody's done it more than him.
Does that matter though?
It does. In the playoffs,
Just the
it
pressure
matters.
level or what?
Yes, you
Hmm.
cannot phase him. He's seen it all. He will be prepared. Now, he very well may lose. They lost against the Rams last year, and the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Right.
I'm not saying that he's necessarily definitely going to win, but I am not picking against him.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, I can see
And
that.
I guess what I should say is don't ever count him out until the other team is ahead when the clock reaches the zeros.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can always come back. We always thought Rodgers was going to come back this season. It was happening.
And if you look at this game specifically, if it were to happen, the Cowboys, they don't win in the playoffs. You know?
No?
The playoffs are different. The playoffs is not the regular season.
Yeah. I mean, one can hope that, maybe if that's the case, Vikings go up against
And
them. They just
especially
sneak
it will, and I've said this before, it will come down to the last 3 to 4 weeks of the season. Who gets hot going into the playoffs?
back. We're looking at, one of them one of these doesn't belong here, and that's the Giants.
Yeah. I mean, the record is good. Yeah, I would tend to agree. And you could argue the Commanders, even though they've won, they beat
So weird.
they beat Philly and they won 6 out of 7. I think it ends up being, but ultimately they're probably not very good. But they've done enough to win several games.
This is what's nuts about the NFC. There's a lot of losing records here.
Yeah,
Oof. Everyone below Atlanta.
especially the
Oh my
NFC
gosh.
South. 'Cause
Look at
they're all
that.
under 500.
Woo.
Atlanta,
They've
Detroit.
all lost more than they've won, Alex.
Look
Oh,
at
they're
that.
under 500?
That's
Yeah.
the
Woo,
500.
I got it.
Look at that. Why is that? Because they're 6 and 5.
I got it.
Oh shoot, that's great.
Anyway, that's it for the NFL. Tonight we have the Steelers at the Colts.
Yeah.
In our pick'em, I'm in second. I dropped to second.
You dropped?
I did. Well, I was in third until last night's game,
Mm.
and I beat Patrick. Patrick was.
Does
in
that
second.
update period as it goes?
It
Because
updates
if that's the
after every
case,
game.
I'm in 4th, and Alex, you're in 5th. You went up.
I went up.
Yep.
I'm in second. I have the Colts winning tonight for 12 points. Patrick has the Colts for
What?
5 points. Yeah.
I do too for 4 points. Why do I have that?
Wow.
That's
Because
a
of
weird
what
one.
Jeff said. Because the Steelers aren't very good. They're on the road,
Mm.
and they just lost a close one to the Eagles. So I think they can rebound and have a good game.
Okay. Well, I guess in fantasy, winning this week, Alex is winning, and Brett, I think you're out of the playoffs.
I will never win another game.
No. Did you just think of Waterboy right there? I can't even say it. I can't even mumble it. Yeah, for our playoff bracket, we're looking at me, Rick, Andrew, and Patrick's buddy David. I think it's Patrick's.
Yeah,
buddy? Yeah.
it is.
Maybe though, because Alex might boot him out by winning this week.
Mhm.
So this is going to be a crazy back and forth between Alex and me fighting for that spot, and maybe might be taking out Andrew. I don't know. It's kind of
We'll
crazy.
see.
I'm beating House of Black, and he was like projected to be second, right? So Rick needs to lose.
Rick's only got 1 loss.
That's
Yep.
crazy. He did so well this season. So
I used to beat him all the time because I ate a lot of free wings.
you did, and I felt bad that you kind of just took over with the wing
You know what?
purchases.
I'm okay with not being so good at fantasy as with the winning that I'm doing in our pick'em.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm in second, I have a better win-loss.
We don't even know what the prize is.
We don't.
We just care about the
I
win
just want to
because it's about the team.
Gotta win something. But I'm like all 45 games over 500.
Just gonna get you a T-shirt that says over 500.
I'm over
Cool.
500.
I mean, they might think my weight, and I'm definitely not.
You're
over.
definitely not over 500.
That's a good
Just
thing.
put it over 0.500.
Okay.
What does that mean though? Does that mean like wins
That
and
means-
losses on?
Means he's even.
Okay, that's
No,
fair enough.
I'm better than even because I'm over.
Well, that's true. Okay, you're over.
He's
500.
better than average.
Okay, that's right. There you go.
That's a good way to
there
take
you
that.
go. I'm gonna get you a shirt that says, "My name is Brett. I'm over 500."
Okay.
We should just go straight to the movie club because we're running long here.
Yeah, we
Jeez,
are.
yeah. Playing and watching don't really have a whole lot. We'll talk about what we've played on our Twitch. And Brett, I know you played more baseball.
Yeah.
So movie club this week was Little Nicky. This was Alex's choice. And the synopsis of this movie: after two of the devil's three sons escape hell to wreak havoc on Earth, the devil must send his third son, the mild-mannered Nicky, to bring them back before it's too late. This came out in 2000, and it stars Adam Sandler, all of his buddies.
Yeah, all of them.
Everybody's in
single
it.
one of 'em.
Everybody.
Every single one, every cameo. Patricia Arquette's in it, Harvey Keitel, Riz
Tony
Ifans,
Lister.
Tom Lister Jr., Rodney Dangerfield's in this too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got Alan Covert, Peter Dante, Jonathan Logren.
That's Robidoux.
Yep.
Rob Schneider, he made it.
Yep.
Reese
he's in it.
Witherspoon, Dana Carvey
Clint
was the
Howard.
ref. That's Dana
Okay.
Carvey.
I
I
did
thought
know.
so.
Oh, I did. I thought it was Dana
Fuck.
Carvey.
John Lovitz, Kevin Nealon, Michael McKean. That was a cool one.
Who was Michael McKean?
Chief of Police.
Okay.
Yeah. Quentin Tarantino, Blake Clark, Rob Schneider, of course. I mean, there's
Tons of people you know.
Yes.
John Witherspoon.
Yeah, John Witherspoon.
So it was a star-studded cast written by Adam Sandler. So, and of course a few other writers. So, what do you think, Brett?
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was stupid, but
Stupid
it's,
funny.
You know, you expected that. I kind of put it along with The Wedding Singer.
I think, yeah, is that kind of like you wish you would have seen it sooner?
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of
But-
dated.
I appreciate it for what it is and why I like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The thing I feel more about this though, as I'm older, I got annoyed with this movie a little bit. I got annoyed with Adam Sandler's character. I'm like, this is more of an SNL skit that would go well. Like just more skits of him just
I
being
guess.
that,
I don't
as
know. It's
opposed
just-
to a
I've watched
whole
that movie a million
feature
times.
film. I know you have.
I'm glad it wasn't any longer.
90 minutes.
Because in the last 15 minutes, I'm like, okay, I can tell this is.
Brett,
getting
I
to
know
the
you fell
end, and
asleep.
I'm
I
glad.
walked by.
Well, I didn't fall asleep. I drifted a bit. I never actually
Yeah.
didn't hear what was going on. But it was like the perfect amount of time. The part that I laughed the most on is when his brother's making him punch him.
Punch him in the old punching bag. Hitting the old punching bag. That's what he says.
It was great.
Very quotable film. Alex, I know you love this movie.
I
still.
do.
Your immature brain goes off and enjoys it.
I
You
think
also
it's hilarious.
you had a few beverages to enjoy your vacation, so
I had a beverage and a half
You were
for the
buzzed.
movie.
you were buzzed, right?
I mean, I was at the end.
We had
I guess.
lasagna.
I was feeling really good.
Yeah. To me, I mean, it's a fun movie still. I think Adam Sandler's character just gets a little annoying to me. It's fine. It's fine. It's still fine. It's still top 5 Adam Sandler films for me.
Yeah.
So that's giving it a lot.
Mhm.
I got a few facts about this film. Adam Sandler's real life dog named Meatball is the son of the dog that played Mr. Beefy in
Oh,
this
really?
movie. Meatball was Adam Sandler's best man at his wedding.
Aw.
Which
And Jackie
his wife.
Sandler is in the movie as one of the
Yes.
angels.
She's
Yeah.
the redheaded angel named Jenna. This is the 4th Adam Sandler film to have a love interest with the initials VV, with Patricia Arquette as Valerie Viren.
Vicky Valancourt.
That's-
I didn't recognize
Okay,
that. Yeah.
that would be Waterboy. What's Happy Gilmore?
Hold on, give me a minute.
What about Happy Gilmore? Or not Happy Gilmore? Billy Madison.
Veronica Vaughn.
Veronica
Yep,
Vaughn.
because it's a song. Oh, that Veronica
Oh,
Vaughn.
Veronica.
So hot.
What is her name in?
Happy
Well,
Gilmore.
in
I have it.
Gilmore.
I'm
Are you
just,
looking at it?
yeah. I'm look-
Give me. I can see the scene where she introduces
She's
herself
just right after
to
he
Shooter.
shatters.
What is it?
Virginia Bennett.
Yep.
Yep.
Virginia Bennett.
Does,
The fourth one or
Yeah.
the fifth one?
oh, wait. There was 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Dustin Hoffman was supposed to be the devil, but Harvey Keitel took over the role. John Voight was also considered. So, I think I would have liked Dustin.
I thought Harvey was
Hoffman.
great.
He's fine, but I
I
think
thought he was-
Dustin Hoffman's a little more wild.
I thought he was great.
So I'd have enjoyed him more, personally. Dana Carvey, yes, was the referee. Broke his ankle while filming the Harlem Globetrotters basketball game scene and ended up in crutches.
Oh, my.
Aw.
He did it. He did his all. I mean,
That's
it was his first major movie role since Wayne's World.
Really?
He's
Yes.
attached a little bit to the Sandler group because
Well, just because of SNL, probably.
that,
Yeah.
and he does a podcast with David Spade.
Yes, he does.
So
Yeah. David
They're-
Spade, was he in this movie?
he was
No.
not.
I don't think he was.
But Spade famously is part of that group of guys: Sandler, Chris Rock, Tim Meadows,
And Chris Farley was a part of that
and
too.
Chris Farley. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was also quote unquote kind of cameoed because
They
that's
mentioned his name, right?
yeah, she
At the
was the
end.
fitness instructor, or he was the fitness instructor of
Yes.
his mom, who's Reese Witherspoon. God, I can't speak
Yeah.
right now. Though John and Peter poke fun at Todd liking Chicago, the two metalheads.
Yeah.
Many hard rock and heavy metal guitar players like Slash from Guns N' Roses have cited the band as being an influence on how they play guitar. That's pretty crazy. Jason Newsted, formerly of Metallica, said he learned how to play bass by listening to Chicago's hit 25 or 6-4 over and over again.
Well,
Did not know
You
that.
learn guitar by listening to music.
Not to Chicago.
No. It was Avril Lavigne, wasn't it?
No.
Creed?
No.
I don't know.
It was Puddle of Mud.
Oh, okay. She hates me?
'Cause
That's an easy
the easiest
one.
chord.
Yeah.
It was actually really easy.
Reese Witherspoon is 9.5 years younger than Adam Sandler in real life.
Oh,
So-
really?
well, she was supposed to be ageless. so
That's
it
true.
works.
Yep. Yes, of course. Rob Schneider reprised his role as the Townie. That's the
You
name
can do
from
it.
Waterboy, and he's in also another movie of Adam Sandler.
He's in a lot of them as that guy.
Oh,
He's in-
Henry Winkler was in it too.
Yeah, that was
he's
cool.
in-
Cover Winkler and Bees.
He's that guy in The Waterboy in Longest Yard.
Yeah,
Um,
Longest Yard. That's what it was. It was The Longest Yard. I couldn't think of it.
group hug in the shower tonight, or not.
I think this would be, like as I said before, far better as an SNL live comedy sketch, or more. They should do more of it. If he ever goes on, he should do more Little Nicky. Don't you think that'd be pretty cool?
I think that'd be
If
fun.
they kind of continued his role, or maybe they did. I don't know. We might be expecting a voicemail from SNL viewers.
Right.
We don't watch a lot of SNL. I just don't find the need to.
Yeah.
But apparently, lately it's been kind of like popping off in the news because Dave Chappelle was on there.
Mm.
So, I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I'll give it at least 7.5.
Yeah, enjoyable still.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the only reason I give it that instead of like, oh my god, this movie's a 10. It's just, I mean, it's a stupid movie that they all probably sat down and was like, hey, let's make a stupid movie.
All right.
Your turn.
We're gonna do The Crow.
Really?
Yep. Never
Mm.
seen this movie.
Is this the one with the Brandon?
Jason. What?
Is this the one with the guy that's dead now?
Mm-hmm. Who died? I think he dies on set. Basically, I've never seen The Crow, and we've been wanting to see it for
Yeah,
a minute.
I've never seen it either.
And why not now? Let me look it up as far as like what the synopsis is. I don't know anything about. This
I don't know
movie.
anything about it.
Came out
I
in
just know what the
94.
dude looks like.
A man brutally murdered comes back to life as an undead avenger of his and his fiance's murder.
Sounds
So,
cool.
It's got Brandon Lee,
That's it, Brandon.
Michael Wincott, Ernie Hudson's in this.
Hmm.
I don't know who else would be considered big major roles. Tony Todd's in this. You might know him, Brett. He's the Candyman, or he's also in The Rock as Captain Darrow,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the guy who's the Rocket Man.
Mhm.
Becomes the Rocket Man. A few other names in this movie, but yeah, I'm looking forward to see this one. The Crow came out in '94, so.
Oh, I thought it was older than that.
Yeah. We do have to just immediately touch on the elephant in the room of another celebrity death. Jason David Frank, 49?
49.
Yep. Died, passed away over the weekend. Last weekend. It was on Sunday, right before we went to the football game. We learned of it.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Sad. Like
Very
green,
sad.
white ranger, red ranger.
That's probably my
Ranger.
first childhood
Crush.
Well, I would, yeah, like kind of crush, but I mean, that was like really early. I'd say more like
love interest?
No. Just you're assuming just because I'm a girl, I was like, oh my god.
A lot of girls were about that with him.
Yeah, but Tommy was like the shit. Like he was
really
like
good.
the
Martial arts.
Yeah, like he's.
And he showed it.
You go outside and you're like, oh, I'm the White Ranger, I'm the Green Ranger, I'm the Pink Ranger, I'm like, and he was just the one, like the leader of the pack kind.
Nobody wanted to be the Yellow or Blue Ranger for some reason. My brother did. He liked the Blue Ranger.
I think my brother liked the Blue Ranger.
Yeah, my brother did too. He liked the Triceratops.
I think Paige liked the Yellow Ranger actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't she the saber-tooth?
Saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah.
So Alex recognizes him as the White Ranger. I recognize him as the Green Ranger.
I just like him as the White Ranger.
I know. So
he started as a villain. As
he
the
did,
Ranger,
Yeah.
right?
and I want to watch those episodes actually, and kind of just in tribute. Feel like I haven't, felt like I've. It's a childhood grieving that I didn't really think I'd feel would touch me because I wanted to go see him. Actually, we were thinking.
We were just last week.
Indie PopCon announced a lot of
PopCon,
Power
yeah.
Rangers coming to.
And we were just like, oh, I hope
We
Jason
knew
David Frank.
Jason David Frank was going to be on that ticket because there were like 3 others that
They're like,
were
oh, we
part
have a
of-
lot bigger of an announcement. And I was like, oh my gosh, I bet you it's Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
And
Amy Jo Johnson has already had a reaction.
like, he's the
video.
reason I would go to I would see him over anybody other childhood star. Like, I would go to a con for 3 days just to meet Jason David Frank, probably.
Yeah.
Like, that's.
We were on our way of thinking about that because that was going to happen next summer when we go to the next one.
So you talk about childhood stuff. Kevin Conroy the week before.
Kevin Conroy, remind me.
Batman voice.
Yes,
Batman.
yes. Sorry.
And then Jason David Frank. So some major
Aaron Carter
90s hits here.
and
then
Aaron
Aaron Carter. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
blow
what
to
to
the
say.
90s here in this month.
It's a load of just like.
They did
sadness.
live stream his
They live streamed his funeral.
His funeral
on
service
Facebook. There were like 11,000 people watching, which was.
I was like,
you were
man, I'm so-
expecting more, but it was
well,
in
I
the
mean,
middle of a Monday.
I know it was a
Middle of
Monday,
Sunday,
but yeah, I watched
More we'll
pretty
probably
much the
watch
whole
later. It'll
thing.
probably get millions of views.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
I mean, he was a beloved star, and I mean, I don't know his depression and
I
stuff
don't.
took-
There was
was a
it's just
lot.
things with we can't. We'll never know.
we'll speculate,
Yeah.
of course.
Well,
but
yeah,
I'm
we'll
not
never
gonna,
know.
I'm not going to put any ill will on it. It was a
He was
really
he
terrible
was an
loss.
amazing influencer,
Mhm.
role model.
it's.
He just there's a lot about him that made him such an amazing person.
I agree. Anyways, I don't know what else we want to really touch on that. I mean, I went into the Power Rangers when I was like 6 years old, so I knew of them for.
I think
a
we
long
were
time.
all just prime age for
The
when
movie
that came out.
when I was 8. It was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the movie was cheesy enough to still enjoy as an adult.
I've actually been wanting to just put it on
Yeah,
just to
I think we should
watch
do that
it.
for.
But if I do, I'm gonna cry.
That's okay. You can. You're allowed to grieve this.
I
Kind of loss.
know.
It's sad. I mean,
I
celebrity
know.
losses feel dumb to grieve over, but if they've kind of
They're like who you like
moved
looked
you?
up to.
right,
Like,
he was
they
a
were like
role model
your-
for me and my brother, especially. We were in the martial arts with 3 ninjas at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Like that was like the cool thing was, oh my gosh, when I
Ninjas.
grow up, I want to.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
yeah,
3 Ninjas.
I want to
Power
learn how
Rangers,
to
like,
do martial arts.
all
I want to
the
learn how to
fighting
karate
and-
kick and
yeah.
fight off all my bullies and.
And then they
like,
also had like knockoffs like Beetleborg and
VR
Yeah,
Troopers.
Beetleborg.
VR Troopers
Troopers.
and the Lone Ranger, Masked Ranger. It's the Masked Ranger. That was the single one that was like a spin-off of Power Rangers or whatever. So I'm just saying, like, Power Rangers hit perfect time.
I will say, like, I still say this now, like the opening to Power Rangers, like the music, like there's Pokemon. Pokemon was on like this
Let me grab
level,
something.
like to get you all hyped. But Power Rangers, like the original OG, you hear that guitar come on, and it's like No,
That was his,
not
that's
that.
his flute.
That's his flute. I'm talking about like the opening of Power
I
Rangers.
don't honestly. I don't even remember what it is.
Well, we would play it, but we can't
We
because
get in
there's
trouble. Get in trouble.
DNCA.
You know, that's a license that Lego should take a run at. In
Do you
terms
really
of,
not remember? Go Power Rangers.
Okay, now I got it. I couldn't come up with it, but now I hear it. But you got the Lego figures there, Josh. Did they ever do like the big sets of like the what are those big things called?
Well, these are basically just 3D
The
printed.
The robots. What are they called? The big ones.
Zords.
The Zords,
okay.
Megazords.
They should do Lego sets of those things.
So these masks open as well. This is how intricate these were. I don't know if I showed these on the show. Did I?
I don't
think
remember
so,
if
'cause
you
I
did
didn't
or
know you had
not.
them. I don't think I did.
Here, try to open up the mask of the Green Ranger. Oh, you want to do the White Ranger? So I have the Green Ranger and the White Ranger here. We bought a whole set that had like 6 figures.
Alex broke it.
It's okay. It pops off.
It pops off.
There's Tommy right there. It's not focusing. It's not going to
pretty
focus. You
But
broke it.
it was just.
Did you get the mask?
It's right here.
Okay.
I got it.
It's
Don't
just,
worry.
it's just the figures though, right?
Yeah, these are. Yeah, I got all the Rangers. You know, Black Ranger, all the regular. You know, before they went into Turbo. So
Those would be cool Lego sets though if they did the Zords.
Yeah.
they believe in non-violence, though. You know. All right, I'll put that back
They
on.
have Ninja Turtle Legos,
Don't they?
and they have all the superheroes.
They do actually. So yeah, I think if Lego picked this up, they would.
That'd be cool.
They would do pretty well.
It'd be really cool too if they could make all the individual Zords combine into the big guy.
Oh, that would take some technique.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Get the master builders on that from the show.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lego Masters.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh. We're dropping everything here.
Poor Pixel.
Sorry, Pixel.
I got a quick story to tell about. It's nothing really.
Okay.
I got a great
relatable.
story to tell about
I
nothing
guess you
really.
talk about childhood people you looked up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody knows how I feel about Dwayne Johnson, but he put out a video today.
I didn't know that he had that show, Young Rock.
Yeah.
I had no idea. You said it's in their 3rd
I
season.
think so, yeah.
How have I never seen this on like
It's
Hulu
been-
or anything?
I think a lot of current TV shows they just don't get the hype and the recognition.
no
that
idea
old
this
shows
existed.
did. But anyway, he posted a video today that when he lived in Hawaii when he was 14 years old, he went to a 7-Eleven every day and stole a Snickers before he would go work out.
Oh,
And
wow.
The Snickers bar, and he didn't have the money to pay for it. So the Snickers bar acted as his pre-workout. And so he went into the same 7-Eleven today. He bought every single Snickers bar they had, left them there for anybody who wanted them, gave money to the employees,
Yeah.
and then paid for everybody who was in the 7-Eleven's stuff, like whatever they had shopping. He's like, just bring it up, and I'll get it. And he basically said, that this is one of the kind of the demons that he lived with, minor, but something
Yeah.
that he wanted to take care of now
Yeah.
that he could. So he goes back to that place and does that.
That is
Aw.
actually
That's
gosh.
crazy. That's just
Starting
so
to like
cool.
Dwayne Johnson here. Help me.
So it's just one of the things that one thing I've always said about him, he does
shoot.
not forget how poor he was. And
Yeah.
him and his mom actually got evicted. He says evicted from Hawaii. I just don't think they had anywhere to go. So they moved to the States then. But yeah, it's just like that's one of the things that I love about Dwayne Johnson.
He's doing pretty well in the celebrity status right now. Black Adam is now available to rent or buy and
Digitally.
digitally. Yeah, he's been promoting it and giving all the thumbs up to that. He's really happy that it's out on digital right now. And I'm like, really? I'd be a little concerned. Does that mean your theater lost?
I don't know if you can buy it from digital yet.
Yeah, you can.
I thought it was just rentable.
I'm pretty certain.
I think it's only pre-orderable on.
I thought it
digital.
was
Let's just look.
$18.99 to rent, but it was like $23 to buy.
Let's just look right now.
You can get on Prime. Check
I'm
it
gonna
out.
get on iTunes.
I know it's on there. It's on iTunes?
Yeah.
Do you still buy stuff on iTunes?
I do.
Really? I'm surprised that you still. Well, I'm not
Why?
surprised.
Why are you surprised?
You have a full library in one spot, so why wouldn't you?
I do.
Are you giving Pixel the time of day?
Okay, you're
then?
right. It's $24.99 to buy,
Yeah.
$19.99 to rent. Pretty sure it's still in theaters.
Yeah, we never saw it. We also never saw.
If you don't
Black
see
Panther.
it, it eventually
It's going to be
will
movie club, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, why not just wait till that, because it's going to be coming soon to HBO.
It is still in theaters.
Well, it's a DC movie, so HBO
Yeah.
has the Warner Brothers contract still, I think. I think they do.
Could
So,
end up on HBO Max.
It'll be on HBO Max probably next month. End of next month? You said Christmas, didn't you? Did someone said Christmas to me?
Probably Brett.
Could be.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember when it came out. I think Ashley and I saw it in October.
In September, I thought. No,
Yeah,
actually, you know
yeah.
what? It did come out in October. It wasn't. Can things just work right for me today? Like, that's the third thing to collapse.
That
on
is
the
all. I
studio.
just wanted to tell that Dwayne Johnson story. That is.
I want to know when Black Adam.
What else do you want?
What?
What else do you got?
Oh, to talk about before we get into the.
I think we should
the
hit
rebuttal?
the 13 Lives rebuttal.
Yeah, I think we're ready for that. I think the only other thing I had was just the fact that Disney brought out Strange World.
It is
failing.
It is important to mention that
It's bad.
Not their Bob Iger is returning as Disney CEO to replace the current CEO. Apparently, that's a big deal.
Disney's lost a lot of fan base, especially in the Marvel.
That's why the change is being made.
Star Wars has been faltering as far as keeping the fan base happy. They ruined, a trilogy. If you want to, give it anything, I don't even know.
Which trilogy?
The last trilogy of Star Wars.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I think he was around for that, so you might have to blame him for that. But just other things, and someone else would be able to tell you about it a lot better than I. But
yeah, that's Ashley.
Yes.
Oh, does she really follow that stuff, like
yeah.
the insides of Disney?
She follows all the news about the parks and just anything that's newsworthy about Disney.
Huh.
Awesome.
That's cool. Has she ever been to Disney World?
She used to live in it.
Oh.
She used to have when she lived in Florida, she had a seasonal pass. She would just go there, sit in a shop, have a coffee, and read.
That's cool. Well, I mean, if
you knew that. She told you that, I'm sure she did.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, if I was told this in a drunken state, I apologize. Oh, shoot. Anyways.
Are there phone calls that we got to listen to?
Yeah, we got some voicemails here. And
am I still plugged in?
I think so. I didn't unplug you. Just got to make sure you hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I know one of these is going to be at least 3 minutes long. I apologize. It did get cut off as far as the timing goes. This is going to be kind of crazy. We have a lot to talk about as far as this is a rebuttal for 13 Lives, by the way. So we're going to get into this. So
the previous podcast
episode, episode 322. So we're going to go ahead with this one. Can you hear this okay, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up? It's Brick. How y'all doing? I just while working, I was listening to the latest podcast on about those divers and everything, and if parents should be informed. I don't care if it's U.S. or not. By the way, I have no patience to wait to find out if it's a fan question, so I'm just going to answer it on my part, if it is or not. I don't care if it's the U.S. or any country in the world. If you're not in the medical field, I am going to be on the side that's in agreement with Alex and Josh on this one, that parents are humans are fucking dumb. We don't know shit. If you have a medical situation, we're dumb. We're just dumb. That's all there is to it. And you will panic when someone says, "Oh my God, my baby's gonna die. My baby's gonna die." They won't have logical thinking. When people who are not emotionally attached, they will be able to think logically and find the best scenario. If you have emotional attachment to something, you cannot think clearly. Well, okay, 99% chance you can't think clearly, because I'm sure there's some people who can. Super rare, I'm sure. But it's just, they don't have the ability to. Humans are irrational. They don't think clearly when they're in a pressure or when there's something that they're emotionally attached to. It's just that simple. And it can go with almost anything in life. And then now when it comes to your blood, your soul, that your kid, whatever, regardless of how insignificant that being is to society, that's horrible. They don't matter. The parents cannot make a proper decision. So I would say the government made the best choice, and if there was panic, like you guys mentioned, they would reach out to all kinds of news articles. Then where they were doing the diving, they would be covered in press, and people who don't need to be there getting in the way. And when these people are coming out of wherever they came out of or whatever, if they're surrounded by press, that's going to make it. They're going to be already extremely stressed when they're already on top of being stressed. So it's going to create not only panic, but an ungodly amount of people where they don't need to be during the rescue event. So I think it would only create problems, and it kept it to the minimal. And I bet if they had it publicized during the rescue mission, maybe more people would have died, or people would have died, period. So I think it was the best decision to keep parents ignorant and say what they could, and if they couldn't, they just said they died during the rescue mission, and then they just had to take the blame on them, because parents and humans are stupid when it comes to trying to make a rational decision in a life or death situation when they have experts who already have a plan that may or may not work. And I bet Quentin would be great to be able to respond since he has.
So that cut off, and here's his next part.
The next part.
Yeah. So here's the next part of the voicemail, and then we'll go into it. So.
I don't know where it ended on the last voicemail, but in the end, they made a good choice. Parents are irrational when it comes to their kids in a life or death situation, and it's out of their control. They prevented chaos, and top of having chaos around the rescue event, I think it'd be cool if Quentin had to hear Quentin's response on this one, because he has kids. And of course, you never know until you're in that situation. If you can make that decision, if his kids were trapped down there and he was suddenly told this will work or this not, I'm confident he would say get them out of there, or at least do the best you can. But in the exact moment, if you can make a rational decision or not. So.
Okay, so thank you, Brig, for that one.
Brig.
That was a good response. And actually, I didn't even think about our friend Quentin, because he does have kids. He has 3 of them, and I didn't even think to ask my sisters and brother about this situation.
Yeah, you should have.
I should have. I'm stupid.
I asked 3 people.
You did?
Yeah, but they're on the medical field.
True.
So I just wanted to see if they had the same opinion as me.
And?
They do.
Okay. Do you want to hear?
One of them was a doctor, and he fully agreed, and he's actually seen the movie.
Okay,
and
so
then the other one was a nurse, and the other one was an assistant. They all said the same thing I did, but we're biased because we see what happens when we offer services in a chaotic situation. People will not be, if you don't have the knowledge. You have to account for the percentage of people who are going to act
irrationally,
crazy.
So I listened to our argument again, and
yeah.
I think I should change it to, don't ask. Fine, don't ask, but you have to tell them that's what you're doing. You have to.
I think the telling was okay. Now, the thing is, Alex was ready to fire on this because you were talking about an anesthesiologist not having knowledge. An anesthesiologist specializes in nothing but that
that's
drug.
That's a doctor that's gone to
what?
school.
You said that an anesthesiologist would not know anything.
You're like,
would not know anything about what?
You were saying something against the
anesthesiologist does not have a medical degree or
no, it wasn't that. He didn't say that. It was something along the lines of, because Josh and I listened to it on the way to Minnesota, and it was something along the lines of, you wouldn't trust an anesthesiologist or something like that. And I was like, well, an anesthesiologist is a doctor that's
not
gone to
trust him to do what? Because he's
what he just
the
did.
one that does it.
I know, but you said that you wouldn't trust him.
It might have just been a whole bunch of
what are you?
jumbled.
I gotta hear it again.
You said that you would not trust the anesthesiologist because
who else would do it then?
I don't know. You said that.
We have to go back and listen to it, but it was definitely something to argue back and go that I kind of missed, because Josh and I both looked at each other and were like, does he know what he's saying?
What if it was lost in translation?
I think that might have been what it was.
I think you guys got in the heat of the moment.
I think we just got in the heat of the moment, but I was like, out of everybody I would trust to go down there with
if we're talking about them putting the kids under, of course it has to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know?
But I do remember you saying something about not trusting him for some reason. Maybe trusting his opinion?
Maybe?
I don't know.
But
we have another one. So we have another voicemail. By the way, if you guys want to send us a voicemail about anything that we talk about on the show, our number is 224-225-5780. That's 224-CALL-PT0.
Yo! It's Patrick. #Fire McDaniels. Go Raiders. On this whole fight over this movie between Brett and Alex, I got to take Brett's side on this one. As a parent, I want to know exactly what's going on And the fact that at least now they're, would you rather have them be left in limbo, not knowing anything other than the kids down there, or at least that they came up with a plan and they have a chance to save your kid? As a parent, I'd want to know that they came up with something to save my kid instead of sitting there in limbo. And that's, as Brett said too, that's their child. They should have a right to know what the hell is going on to what they're going to do. I mean, think about, like you were talking about the medical stuff. If they come into, hey, your kid needs open heart surgery, they're not just going to do it. They have to get permission. So, yeah, I have to agree with Brett on that one. That if I'm a parent and then my kid's stuck somewhere, at least that I would have an idea of if they're doing something to save my kid, and they have a plan. Now, if the plan fails, is either way, if the kid's going to die in the cave, at least I know they have a plan that might be able to save them. Yes, I get it. They're the professionals, but that's my kid. I at least want to know what the hell's going on and not be left in limbo just wondering what's going to happen. So, sorry, I have to agree with Brett. Once again, hashtag Fire McDaniels. We lost to a high school coach. Mark Davis is a moron for keeping this idiot as our coach. Go Raiders.
I don't think he needs to apologize for agreeing with me.
Now here's the thing. I will touch on before we go into the next part of his voicemail because there is a part 2.
Oh, part 2. Okay.
Doctors do things without the parents' approval all the time.
Well, that I wouldn't.
If it's
know
an
anything about.
emergency,
There has actually been stories about when kids are born with both sets, and doctors will just remove one.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
And the parents
I do
have no
know
idea.
that
I've heard
they
of these
won't
stories.
do certain things on anybody without permission from somebody.
there's
You'd be surprised
definitely
what they
there
do
is a
go
lot of
through.
rules and regulations put into place, and it all varies by state, by county, by
Right,
country, by.
Right.
I mean, trying to compare permission for an open heart surgery versus this situation that has never happened before.
Yeah,
There's permission to do an open heart surgery versus we'd like to sedate your kids, which you have no knowledge whether or not it's going to work or not. And I think one of the reasons why they did not tell the parents about this is, for one, all it took was 2 seconds of handing that video off
Alex,
and saying,
we talked about that. It's because they were alive. That doesn't go out if all those kids are dead.
but if they're going to say, hey, we have a plan, they're going to be like, well, we want to know the plan. Well, if they're going to tell them the plan, and you have to account for the crazies. You have to account that not all these parents have it together upstairs after 20 days of having their kid missing. What's the difference between day 20 and day 15 of them missing, whether or not you're going to get your kid out? You're still worried.
Which is, again, why I say, all right, you don't ask them, but you still have to tell them.
Okay,
Because
so what are
it's-
they going to do about Briggs' point of view, where they go, okay, you told them, now we're dealing with a lot of people
Well, I didn't want to.
and a lot of press.
I didn't want to say it, but I love you, Brig, but I don't agree with anything that you said in that voicemail.
Okay.
I agree with everything that he said.
Well,
Because I can see all of that happening.
Brett, what is your medical knowledge?
It has. I don't think
it
any,
has anything
I-
to
I
do with
think-
medical
she has
knowledge.
medical knowledge.
I do, but I'm coming from a biased point of view. Very true. Because
The
yes,
point of view is what I'm trying to make.
I know, but I don't want you to throw Brett under the bus
I'm
just
not.
because he doesn't have.
that question sounded like you
I
did.
just asked what your
That-
That
medical
was a
knowledge.
very condescending
what the
question.
fuck is the?
That's
okay,
why-
so
here.
hey, my medical knowledge is what I Google. I mean,
the way you said that
it's just a
was
question.
very condescending.
No,
and that's
no.
why I cut, because I know that's not what he meant. That's why I cut him off
Rephrase
right
it.
there, and I was like, wait a second, hold on, let's either back up, because I didn't want him to take it like you're throwing him under the bus, because that's what it
because
sounded like, and
everyone
I
you
know
ask has been on your side. That's on the medical side for the most part.
because we have been in the situations for up front and personal with
Of
these,
ER situations,
of
more
ER
than
situations.
Brett can
Obviously
fathom.
not to this extreme.
The way you just said that.
I know that's not. He doesn't mean how you take it. Trust
I'm
me.
talking about the people she's asked. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about you
Yes,
because
The
they
way
have been
you
in
said it.
they've been in the ER situations daily.
there when you throw people in. I'll just go ahead and put it this way. I've been.
I didn't
in,
mean
I've-
it like you're a
To-
stupid
to-
moron or anything.
So when
Two
Brig,
questions. You made me feel like a fucking asshole
I'm
here.
sorry.
that's not what he
It's
means.
not what
trust
I
me.
mean.
That's
Alex
why I was like,
rephrased
oh,
it
I know
for
what
me.
he means. It's Josh is weird sometimes.
Because I wasn't afraid to respond to that, saying my knowledge of the medical field is none. Yeah, I'm
Pretty
not
much.
afraid to say that.
So
My ego's not that
I'm
fragile.
not
What?
sitting here claiming to be a fucking doctor either.
No,
no, that's
not what I'm saying.
And I don't want you to throw him under the
No,
bus. because that-
no. That's not what
But
I'm
I'm
saying at all.
saying, I've been in the medical field for 15 years. And in my 15 years and knowledge and schooling and all of this, all it takes is when you're a parent or an owner or a guardian of over something. It doesn't matter if you have all the knowledge in the world. Brig is right. You go stupid.
You
don't.
stupid.
You can't make
I
decisions.
don't think stupid is the right
Well-
word. Irrational, maybe.
I
not
did say
stupid.
irrational.
Okay,
I said irrational.
irrational, but also
Stupid is
you-
quite insulting, actually.
I don't know how to say it in any other way. Not necessarily stupid, but you go.
I
I
have a kid, so I'm automatically stupid because I can't seem to fathom the situation. That's
No.
bullshit.
No.
You're. That's not what I mean. You're taking it a different
That's
way.
exactly what Briggs said.
Mm.
He said all people are stupid. He said that.
Yeah, but I know what he means. It's not stupid. That's just an easy word to say.
Panic
for it.
is easy.
Use the
Panic,
word.
Panic.
He said it. He
How about we
When
say-
you go into panic, you
Briggs
can't.
speaks in like ultimates often.
Yes, and I understand him, so I feel like I can decode.
But I
this
don't
for
because
you.
I'm stupid.
No.
No, because Brig and I have the same like wavelength as far as thinking and the way we word things. We do. And I understand. That's why I'm going to try to put
Alex
what he
is
said
not
in
by any
words.
means a people person, so she's not. So her way
So
of thinking's a
what
little
I'm
different.
trying to say is like when you even put the smartest person in the situation and then their kid gets into trouble, you just kind of go into frozen mode. Everything that you've learned, everything that you know about the situation, everything that you think you could do to help with the situation just kind of goes out the window. You become stupid. Like
You,
you become
you
like
panic.
you panic. You can't think rationally. You have to allow somebody else that can.
Fight or flight kicks in, and
You need to ask your sisters to watch this movie
I
and
do.
have them weigh in.
yeah, because
Yes.
I mean,
I want way more opinions. So
we
Brig,
didn't really pull it out there. It was more of our our title of our episode was how would
We
you
need
save
to
13
have somebody-
lives?
Yeah.
we need to have somebody that does not have that's not in the medical field that has children.
We need to have
that
Quentin
can-
back on the show.
Yeah, I know, right?
Quentin, if
That-
you want,
Well,
we're gonna have to have you back
Just have
on.
them call in.
Yeah, that too.
Or just call
Or
in.
you can
We need
have
to
a conversation.
somebody's unbiased opinion, and and we can't go off of one, but we need
Right.
to have somebody else weigh in that goes, "Oh my gosh, if my kids were in this
Well,
situation."
let's
We
see.
actually
The people who have commented, the three of us, Brig and Patrick, none of us have kids.
True. I
Now,
need people
Patrick
from
has
all parts of
nieces
the states too,
and
not just
daughters.
the people from the Midwest. I need people from the East, West Side. Everyone has their different opinions and views on
Brig has
their
it.
Did-
upbringings.
Andrew, did he mention? Did he post on Facebook about it?
I thought he did. I don't. He was.
Brig
I
has
do.
it.
Speaking of,
Brig does?
Andrew and I had
That's
that
right, he does,
Cowboys
doesn't
thing.
Brig does. I'm sorry, Brig. Yes, he does. He does have a child.
He does have a child,
Yes.
Yes, that's why I was trying to like.
But-
he does.
I mean, it's the situation's different.
Their situation is different. That's why I
Yes.
said we need to have somebody.
I don't think Andrew
Quentin, I
did.
think,
Let
would
me-
be a
let me look at
very
our-
good person to
agree.
weigh in on this.
And look at our show.
But I also
on
think
Facebook
just
here.
why don't we ask our own parents too in
That
this
too.
situation?
That would be a
Good
good one.
point.
I mean, all this is just an open ended. Like we are,
I don't think there is a right and wrong
we're narrow minded.
answer to
maybe?
this. It's all going to be just when it comes down to it, personal.
Yeah, we don't
opinion.
have anything.
am curious how would this differ if this happened in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it would be all over the news and press, and
Well,
they
this
would
was all over the
probably
news.
those
This was
doctors.
all over the news.
I know, but no, I mean, like, if it happened in the U.S. grounds, I think that they would hold these doctors and divers and everybody that was involved in the plan under a microscope instead of putting them on a pedestal, saying, "Wow, you guys are geniuses! Thank you
Well,
for putting your heads together."
Hold on. The Thai government
Mm-hmm.
kind of took control. That's why I wonder how it would be different. The
Yeah.
news coverage, I think, is the same because it was global news for
True.
the full
For-
3 weeks,
yeah.
4 weeks, whatever
Yeah.
it was. So yeah, just the decision making and handling is what
I
I'm
think
most curious about.
I think with our government and the way that we handle these types of situations, I don't know. I think the boys would have been in there longer.
Mm.
I don't know.
I think the plan might
No, I
have
don't-
ended up taking place, but I don't think that it would have taken place on day 20 or 21. It would have been
No, I
days
disagree.
later. They would have gone with your situation, your scenario where the parents are involved, but they would have made if they were smart, they would keep these parents behind closed doors.
If the parents were rational, they
Until-
would be.
After 20 days of your kids missing and you know that they're going to die, are you going to be rational?
They're
No.
gonna hope that the parents.
That's why I'm trying
to
to say they needed to be
But-
smart and keep these parents away from the
Don't
press.
say smart. We can't insult people's intelligence.
They also said
Sorry.
the Thai
Logical.
government said nobody
you go.
goes into the cave, even though you had the British Cave Rescue Council there, who have experience in this. They wouldn't let them do it because they didn't want them dying on foreign land.
True.
I don't
Yeah.
think you're gonna have that in the U.S.
Yeah, I don't
saw
think.
this to my ears.
We have a part 2. I
Yeah.
can play it now.
I think yes, you're right about that part. But I think the plan and everything. I think it still would have. I think that plan still would have been the plan, but I think the way everything worked and the way everything was and how it was I think the boys would have been in there longer.
I don't think so.
Here's our part 2.
Part 2 to my other voicemail. I was thinking about this some more, and you know what? I know another good reason why you should talk to the freaking parents before you just did it. What if one of those kids have some kind of allergy to whatever they were going to use to sedate the kids?
Doesn't matter.
Like, hey, no, wait, my kid's allergic to whatever that is to put them under. Like, is there another way you can do this? Like, they could have killed a kid by giving them whatever they're doing without knowing because they didn't talk to the parents. That's a whole other reason why you should have contacted the parents and let them know prior to just doing it. Yes, you want to get the kids out and be safe, but yet, as a parent, you need to know, like I said, what if there's some kind of information that they could have used, about giving the drug to their kid or something. Just saying, I was thinking about it, and it made me want to comment again on this. So, part 2 done, over with. Love you guys. Go Raiders.
Patrick makes a very, very, very good point.
Yeah.
But I will say, did they just pull ketamine out of their asses? No. They pulled it out as a very good common drug of choice that is used for anti-anxiety and for sedatives prior to even going under for surgery. And yes, you can have a ketamine reaction. That's one of the chances. See, but do you see how he's thinking? He's like, now is he that is something that one of the parents, like, where they'd go, okay, yeah, go ahead and do it. Well, now we've had a chance to sit on and think, hey, maybe not do it, because what if my kid's allergic to this? And that's when your brain starts thinking of what ifs, and then you're like, well, we're already doing
they
it.
could find
And
out
then they
right
go out and
then
they go,
there.
well, I need somebody to stop this, because what if this happens and the drug
Hey,
ends up killing my kid?
I have a question, Alex.
The wheel starts turning.
Is there any more voicemails?
No, Alex. Question.
What?
How quick is a ketamine reaction, though?
Oh, I mean, it could be instant.
Then they find out right then and there.
Yeah, but
At
it
that
can
point.
also be as you're waking up.
What do you think would be a backup?
I mean, I'm not an anesthesiologist, pharmacologist. I'm saying I've worked with the drug before. I know how it works, and
Yeah.
I've seen the good and the bad that can happen. But there's so many different sedatives
What'd
and
they use?
different ketamine.
What else did they use? They gave him something else.
Pill.
A pill. It was probably my guess, because they didn't say it. My guess is they used diazepam or
Oh.
Valium.
Valium.
And
Yeah.
that combination has been a good combination for what they used it for a long time.
Right.
And that drug combination is what you give to people to calm them down. And
Make me think of that as like, man, it's like being in a dire situation. I don't think I could be calm.
when I went and got my wisdom teeth pulled, that combination's what they gave me. When
Oh.
when I was too anxious to go in for surgery, that's what they gave me.
Okay. Well, that makes
So
sense.
for one, it takes the panic down. For two, they gave them enough to make them unconscious. But I like that in the movie they say you can quick breathing. You need to watch them for being too unconscious. You need to watch these. And that's why I feel like they knew what they were doing.
yeah.
I fully trusted everything that they said. I mean, and that's just the movie portion. That's not actually probably exactly to the point how everything went down in the conversation. But from overseeing it and what I saw in the movie versus in real life, I think they made the best decision.
I think so. But
I'm not saying the way that you're thinking is wrong. I'm just saying that is my opinion. And if I was in the situation, I would say, thank you for getting my kid out. You guys are a genius for doing this.
I think that
I wouldn't
maybe
skip
informing them.
right to, why didn't you tell me? Like, that's not how I would see it.
informing the parents without their I don't know. Informing them at least is something they
This
should have
was a
done.
life or death situation, either way, more towards death than anything. When you're in that, and it's, you know what, they may or may not die. And here, the other good thing about this is if they were to die with that because of the medication or because of a complication from the medication underwater, would you much rather teach them how to swim and have them be conscious and flip the fuck out, or would you have them die not remembering anything and not feeling anything and having more of what we would consider a peaceful death?
That's a loaded question.
It is, but that's the alternate.
You don't have that attachment.
If you said, all right, fine, these parents will not let me sedate them, but we're gonna go ahead and take them
Okay.
out. What happened with that first, not the diver, but the diver person, where the worker or the
electrical worker.
yeah, and he flipped out.
God, the head hit
And
me.
this is
Ugh.
5.5 hours, Josh. Our car ride, 5.5 hours underwater where you can't see anything, and you've never been underwater before, and you can't swim,
Yeah, that's no good.
and you're a kid.
That's no good.
So I feel like they made the best decision.
My stomach is growling.
I know, so is mine. Anyways, I would absolutely, I'm very open to all, like, I like this kind of conversations. Like, I want
it's probably
more
going to
people,
go on next week.
I want
too.
people to call in if you have kids. Let me know what you think. Let Brett know. Let Josh know. Like, let us know what you think. What's your opinion? And it's not wrong to have the Brett versus Alex opinion or Josh or whatever.
You don't have to
I
agree
want
with
your
any of us.
personal opinion on
Right.
the situation.
I mean, there's a lot of different thoughts that can go through a parent's mind.
yeah, and the thing is look, we're not parents, so that's why I'm like, somebody that
Think as an aunt and uncle though, like sitting here.
same. I think until I have my own flesh and blood, I don't know if that opinion's going to change, or if even
True.
if that happens, if it will.
True. Anyways, I think that's about all we can touch on today.
Yeah, it's been a long one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a good show, guys. We'll have more of this rebuttal probably next week with more people's opinions. On,
Yes,
on the
again, if you
matter.
haven't seen the movie, we're talking about the movie 13 Lives. Go
Prime.
watch it.
Prime, it's on Prime.
Go watch it.
Yeah, it's got Viggo Mortensen and
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Hmm.
A few other people in there too, but yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say? Pixel's sleeping on my lap.
Now that Pixel's finally asleep.
Now that he's comfortable, we're getting out of here.
He was asleep the whole time.
He
on
was
the
until my
thing
keyboard
you dropped
fell
the
off.
I know,
keyboard.
but he almost never falls asleep on his lap or my lap like that.
No, he rode
In
with
our
us.
chairs.
He rode with us. So now
Oh,
he's used to,
that's why.
he's used to the positioning. Yeah, this is basically how I sat in the chair almost, or in the seat
Yeah.
chair. Alex, plug your Twitch.
If you'd like me, if you'd like me,
If you like to stream him.
if you would let me stream, if you would like to watch me stream, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. Stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. I've been off the last couple weeks just because of vacation.
Yeah.
I will start back up this weekend. The last time you saw me stream, or the last time I streamed, we played Monopoly.
No, Warzone.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, we played Warzone 2.0.
Oh, we did. We did play Warzone. So we played Monopoly, and then we played Warzone.
Yeah, Monopoly was the one prior.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, we'll probably end up doing something like Warzone the next time, so I can
Get more of an
learn
idea.
it.
You're still learning, and I said to you,
I have to learn a little bit more, put a few more hours into develop an opinion on Warzone.
what do you thought so far in 3 hours?
My thoughts in 3 hours of playing Warzone 2 is I can't. I already told you afterwards. Like, until I learn the game, I don't think that was enough time to really form any bit of a do I like it or don't like it.
All right. As far as my stream goes, it's twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can catch me there on Wednesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. I will be playing Warzone 2 all week. That's pretty much going to be my whole schedule. I know Fall Guys Season 3 came out.
You don't want to be SpongeBob?
Pretty meh on that. The season pass looks like poop. I don't feel like putting money into it. But I do have to show a clip. It is probably the most interesting thing you'll see all day.
Brett, did you send us a clip of your
He did not.
baseball? The one that you were talking about last night?
I
Dang.
didn't.
He did
It's
not.
pretty standard. You've seen it before. It just happened to me
I just like
instead.
watching it. That's funny.
So, we won first night on Warzone 2. By the way, I gotta stress this enough. I was so excited. You're gonna see my view, and then you're gonna see Patrick/Quentin's view. I'm gonna do 2 different views here. So I don't get the last kill, but you're gonna see our win. So this is one guy that I kill right here, and Brig is down. Quentin's running up behind me. Our last guy is behind us. So Quentin turns around and kills him. He was shooting at me, and Quentin kills him, and there's the last guy, and that's our victory right there. And I'm constantly putting in armor plates. So I'm going to skip ahead here, but at the end of the gameplay, they give you titles.
I do like that they do that
They
now.
tell you what you are. So Quentin was the survivor. He got knocked out and got back up again. I revived him a couple of times. I was the big guns. I had an overkill and a cruise missile. I got a nice kill on that. Brig was the medic. He
That'd
was
be me.
the expert at aiding allies, getting all the assists. And Patrick was the pyro. So
Sounds like Patrick.
yeah, he was good with his fires
He's a
and
chick in
explosives.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can be whatever character you want as far as that goes.
Yeah.
So
Patrick's usually a chick. I'm a chick.
I usually play as a dude, I think.
Yeah.
So, and on Patrick's view, we'll show you the actual kill, the last kill of the game. So this is also, I'm going to give a shout out to the Farts clan as well. They're awesome. Solus _64 and Unarmored Brig, they are streamers as well. And Terrible Terrors is Brian.
And Jen Hotcakes.
Jen Hotcakes does not stream.
Oh, is he not
He
streaming?
doesn't
anymore?
stream, no. But Patrick's out. He died at the end of this, so we're watching Quentin's view. As you can see, that's Jen Hotcakes right there. He is wrapping around here with a gas mask, and he used the brave part where he can go into the gas, and that's where Brig dies. And then there's his teammate right there, and that's where we got the. I think that's the kill that I got. That's the other guy. Where is that actually? Oh, behind me. Yeah, I did say it was behind us, didn't I?
Yep, there he is.
And that was the win. So. Pretty awesome. I'm
That's a very
excited that we
intense
got it.
ending with the
It was.
gas coming in.
It was. I had a lot of fun times with that, and plan on playing more this week, so it's gonna be sweet. Other than that, I guess we'll do the plugs for the rest of the show here. So, if you are watching us on YouTube, do be sure to hit that like button on our YouTube as well. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe to us and hit the bell to be notified when we're live, which is every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As far as our social media goes, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook is PTO Unlimited. Instagram is PTO Unlimited _podcast. And Twitter is at PTO Unlimited. We can get verified, by the way, if we want to.
You want to pay for it?
If we want to be
You
verified.
want to give Elon more money?
Yeah, whatever. So follow us on there. Follow the Discord. Check out our merch as well. Looking to make I'm looking to maybe design something interesting for the holidays. So
I was gonna say, can we get a holiday like ugly sweater PTO shirt?
maybe I can look into that.
That'd be cool.
As far as my Twitter goes, follow me there at _Mr. L.
Brett _wings.
Cute _kitty.
I have 2 final notes.
I heard you had one last night.
Yeah, I
Ashley was
know.
saying something to you, and you're like, "That's my final note."
My final note. What?
So the first one is I told Patrick I was putting a challenge to the 3 of you because I know you like to play Gears Horde, but you're not good at it because you rely on perks and shit. So my
What perks?
Like-
You talk about
like
leveling
the-
yourself up?
Like
No,
turrets and
like-
stuff.
Oh, I don't use the
but you have a supercharged melee. Patrick has a run and burn people fire. I want to see your skill with just a gun.
I got it.
Which is classic Horde.
Got
And
it.
I think that's what we should
I
play.
think let's do it this weekend. I got it. I'm
Well,
ready.
If you do it Sunday night, I can.
All
Sunday
right,
night.
let's do it.
Sunday night, we'll do
So-
Sunday night is horde.
I put it on classic Horde,
'Kay.
and
You
I
can do that in
tried it.
Gears 5?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay,
I
so
didn't
are we
either. I
basing
thought-
this off? How are we going to do this? Because I'm also going to be relying on the rest of my team to help me out. You can't just rely on
Alex,
me not
we're
to
putting,
use
if
anything.
we put it in the classic Horde mode, everyone has to play the same way.
Oh, so
so
have
it's,
So you don't
never
get like
pl-
I
have
don't
we
get my
never
cool
played-
melee.
it's just a custom lobby or custom private Horde match. You
Yeah.
just put it with classic.
And you still
Horde
go through
rules.
all 50 levels?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to get
Kinda
to
like in
is
4.
that I played just a little bit before I came, and the waves are way longer.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was going to be a true test of knowledge.
I'm down.
And what I was leading towards is no running and burning up the enemies before I can shoot them, Patrick, and no more
Well, I
hardcore
won't have that.
melee, Josh,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
no 13 turrets, Alex.
Okay, we'll do this if we can do
Can I
an
have a-
original.
Wait, can I
Because
have
we'll wipe through that 50 real quick if we do a regular. So if we do both, can we do one with regular Gears
you
5
can
and then
do
one classic?
You can, but I think classic is going to be a lot more difficult than you
Well, it
think.
will
Can-
be, but I'm
can I
saying
have-
like I want to do
Can I
both.
have one turret?
Sure. No, you can't. No,
You-
classic Horde means just guns.
Okay.
In classic Horde, you weren't able to buy turrets. You were able to buy them on the field.
But
You can't
we're
upgrade
talking
your...
about Gears 2 classic Horde. So the horde that it was in Gears 2, which is you don't even get a loadout. You get a Lancer, a shotgun,
'Kay.
and a pistol.
Is
Got
Now
it.
you can pick stuff up off the field.
Yeah.
And there's even stuff to like that they put to get
Okay.
that actually does not. It might cost power.
And you can do this in 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right,
just-
let's do it. I'm
just
ready.
tried
That
it.
actually
It
sounds
was the
exciting.
power currency. Yes.
Yeah. Let's do it.
That's what it was.
As long as I get a
So,
shotgun
like,
and a
I'm-
Lancer and a
I'm
pistol,
playing.
I'm good.
I'm playing. I think I played the first 3 waves, and there were seriously at least 30 juvies that I had to take out.
Good.
And they're
Ooh.
jumping at you while you're trying to take out the drones. So
Dang.
it's going to be
The
a
man
challenge.
monkeys?
That's a Jew.
Man monkeys.
Man monkeys?
Okay.
Yes.
Final note number
Oh,
2.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Ashley and I went to that 70s show trivia.
Yeah, how was it?
It was not good.
Oh.
So it was billed as that 70s show, but when we get there, we find out it's that 70s show, Ashton Kutcher, and country music.
Why?
I would have left.
Now, that's what I should have done, what we should have done, but we had already.
I don't
ordered
know
food.
country.
So here's the thing there were 5 rounds, and I think altogether there were 50 questions, maybe 60 questions.
Yeah.
But there was maybe 15 actual that 70s show questions in the entire thing. And I was.
Then don't advertise
That's exactly right. Do
That's
not bill it
stupid.
because on the picture
I saw it,
says
yes.
that 70s show.
It seemed too sketchy for me.
And even the.
Is it the same people that did The Office?
Yeah, it's the same company.
Well,
But
now you can expect this.
Yes, which is why I probably won't go to another one again
No.
unless they do a Disney one. Ashley's going to want to go to that, which I'll go to. But
Which, if they do a Disney one, they would probably keep that strictly.
You would
I would
think.
think so. But
What can they mix it with?
Everything.
that 70 show specific questions were so easy, and one of them was like, what were Fez's parents' names, or Fez's host parents' name?
Oh.
And I'm like, I think they mentioned the last name in one episode, and I think it's in season 1.
It's got to be in season 1.
when Red's like, foreign kid, the blanks want you home.
Yes.
But they had the answer was a first name for both the man and the woman, and the last name. Like, that's never said in the series, and I would know. You
Unless
know?
it's just as the credits.
It
'cause
might be
you do see
credited.
them, don't you?
You see him in 1 or 2 episodes in
Yeah.
season 1 when they're listening to.
Do you know what the name was?
Well,
Names?
I don't remember now,
Oh. What's up, Alex?
but
I'm just
Trying
trying
to
to
remember 'em?
think.
Yeah, I don't know if she will.
it was very frustrating. Like in the final question, which you think, okay, let's have it that 70 show final question. The final question where you get to wager up to 60 of your points was a question about a candy bar.
What was the question?
What was the first candy bar that the guy who founded Mars put out? So I thought, okay, it's a Mars bar, right?
Oh, gosh.
That would make sense if it was a
Yeah.
original Mars bar was the first.
Do you know the
candy
answer?
bar.
I want to see if
do
I can
know
get
the
it.
answer.
What is it?
I don't know if I see if I can get it. Gotta think of Mars now. It wasn't Reese's,
Mars owns M&M's, and
but the first
there's
candy
Mars
bar?
and there's Hershey's. First candy bar that Mars put out.
Three Musketeers.
Close.
Then it's
That's-
got to be a Milky Way.
You're right.
I was
Milky
gonna say
Way.
the Milky Way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
So I was.
And that was
very
part of that
disappointed in-
70s show trivia?
Well, there was even the 4th category, which technically, because some of them were general knowledge, and that was the final general knowledge question. I
If-
was,
an
oh my
eye
god,
roll.
that's
I-
stupid.
I was super frustrated because
How many people were there doing it?
There were 12 teams because I think I wagered the most that we could do. I think I don't remember how many we ended up with, but we finished in like 8th place.
Hmm.
But there's a group of people that go every time, and they're always in the top 3.
Of course.
And you can't ever
yeah.
get up on them. But if it was a trivia session that I would run, then I would have done better, obviously. But if it was built like I
had
Build.
better.
I've
I
had
did better.
How do you set up a trivia thing? You have to have a name of some kind. to
Well,
make
We
it-
can do
It's a-
PTO Limited podcast trivia night.
It's a
We're not
you
that
know,
huge.
it's a real
Alex.
company that does it. It's bargames.net or something. So it's a legit website that hosts these events, and
So you can just work for them and do it.
I guess, but
Ah.
like I've said before, I'd want to be the one who writes the trivia. 'Cause they're not good
I wonder if
trivia
my mom
questions.
would help us out with
I was
that.
gonna say when I was in Chicago, our karaoke DJ that did karaoke every Thursday night, He did trivia on
yeah,
Mondays.
I want because it's technically my mom's show. She
The-
can do whatever
The
she
problem
wants.
is that
True.
it's kind of like the Jack in the Box games where you go on a browser with your phone and you
Yeah.
have to answer that way. I don't know how you would
You
do
have to
that.
build an app.
You
Yeah.
just do the old-fashioned hold up a board with your answer kind of thing.
I suppose you could.
That's fun. That's just like in The Office.
Yeah. I know. I think that would be fun. That's actually a great idea.
I haven't been to an actual trivia night ever. So, but the way you're talking, it seems like it's pretty disappointing.
The way
Every-
you're talking, I really don't want to.
Everything is fine except the questions, you know?
That's the
What's the point of the trivia?
But I mean, the way, like, the first round is, like, multiple choice. And then the second round is you have to actually write something in and you have to choose a points in your confidence.
Yeah, wager points. Yeah.
So, not wager points because you don't lose them if you get it wrong. You just get those points
Oh,
if you
get
get
the
it right.
points. Okay.
And then the
Yeah.
third question is like worth 25 points, but it's a write it, and you have 30 seconds or so. And then they kind of repeat for questions or rounds 4 and 5. And then the final round 6 is one question with wager up to 60 points.
Oh.
Mhm.
And if you're super ahead, you don't wager too many so that if you're wrong, you don't lose them, you still might win. If you're in way down like we were, I wagered as much as I could. If I got it right, it would have bumped me up quite a few spaces.
What'd you guess?
Mars.
Mars.
You did say Mars bar. I've
Mars
never had
bar.
one.
I don't think
I've
they're
been
around
wanting to
anymore.
try one day.
I don't know if they're around anymore.
I don't know. Maybe Rocket Fizz will have them.
Maybe.
I gotta look. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Colts game is on, so I know
It
you have
does.
somewhere to be.
We gotta go.
All right, we'll catch you guys next week for episode 324. Bye, guys.